Hi, everybody. Welcome back on the Maroon Devils Network. It is Coach Sherman Holt time as we get to talk some Maroon Devil football, as you hear just about every year, especially for some of the teams who are struggling. Hey, it's playoff season. The season is starting over. Everybody is 0-0, 0-0, if you will, Coach. But our Maroon Devils, the tradition has always been, hey, we want to be a playoff team. We're always in the playoffs, and we always want to keep playing after Thanksgiving, and more about that as we continue. But, Coach, let's go back and talk a little bit about Robbinsville. I know that was a tough ball game. Both teams just, I think, played really hard. Both teams were very physical. Just an outstanding game, and unfortunately, one team had to come out on the short end.
Yeah, you go back and you watch film, and, kids played hard on both sides for us and for Robbinsville. And, probably go back 4 or 5, maybe 6 plays is what probably determined the outcome of that game. And so, just got to go back and like the golfers say, tee it up again and hit it, So we had a real good week of practice this week. Kids come in on Monday, and it was a good feeling that they were, not comfortable with losing, and that's what you don't never want to get to is be satisfied with losing. And so our kids were kind of, they were frustrated, they were a little mad. It was a heartbreaking loss, and so our kids come back Monday, and they had a real good attitude, and we went to work and getting ready for Avery.
Yeah. And, Coach, that was kind of my next question. I was going to ask you, what was the attitude in the locker room after the game? Because, we had run the table. We were 9-0, undefeated, and suffering our first loss. So how was that locker room after the ball game Friday?
Well, of course, there wasn't no excitement. It was kind of a somber time, and our kids put a lot into it, and we had played very well. Played a hard-fought game, and so it wasn't like you went into that game and you didn't play well. We had some really good plays. We had some really good things that we took away from it. Yeah. And the biggest thing is knowing that one game can't define you. Right. And that's what we kind of said at the end. I told them, there's a lot of teams in the country that would love to be in our shoes. Oh, yeah. We finished the regular season with 9-1 record, and you can't be disappointed in the whole body of work. You can be disappointed that night and that outcome, but the good thing is like you said, it's a new season, playoff time in Swain County, and it means a little bit more when you play these games. And so, but it was just kind of I'm not going to say, I don't want to say sad, but it was just a moment which our team was hit with a challenge, and I think they have responded well in practice this week, and still got things to work on, still want to continue to get better at football, and that's what happens when two really good football teams play. One of them's going to lose, one of them's going to win. We'd have loved to have been on the other side of it, but we get to live to play another day, and so that's the good thing and the bright spot coming out of that.
Yeah, Coach, that was a very physical game. Both teams, and it happens every year in the top teams with the Smoky Mountain Conference. They are always just really physical. Our guys beat up pretty bad. I know sometimes those games you can have some devastating injuries. How are our guys physically coming out of that contest?
Well, no, nobody got hurt for us. We're pretty good health-wise, as healthy as you can be going into the first week of the playoffs. Very physical game, and the good thing is our kids responded well to Robbinsville's physicality and the way they played and our style of football, and so. If you find bright points in a loss, is the grit and the determination that our kids had and the physicality that they played with, and it was down to the last couple of snaps right there, and so if you find anything, you always want to find good things, you want to find bad things that you can work on, clean up, but for the most part, still proud of our kids. They played a hard-fought game. We never give up, and so that's things that you can build on. And, against a good team, we're going to see teams like them in the playoffs, and so it's just one of those things that gets you ready for this late season run that begins tomorrow night.
Oh, no doubt. Fans, as we always talk about every week, we have some people we want to thank, and as we get into this new season, so to speak, with the playoffs coming up, Coach, I know there are people that have really helped you along the way, and I think they're excited with the playoffs coming up, and hopefully people will step up and help us even more.
Yeah, so this week we want to thank Mamaw Gale and Brian Fresh Hour. They fed our kids on Tuesday. We had hot dogs and baked beans and coleslaw, had kind of a cookout type deal, and they provided the hot dogs and the buns for that, and our parents cooked it. And then Wednesday, Granny's Kitchen fed our team, and so they really enjoyed that. And then tonight, for our Thursday meal, our parents are just going to cook a good old-fashioned home-cooked meal. And so just, again, we appreciate everybody, the individuals, the businesses, the parents, our school, our cafeteria, again, fed us on Monday after practice like they normally do. And so just want to thank those people that, go above and beyond, go out of their way to make sure our kids are took care of, and they care so much about our kids, and we just thank them and can never say enough about the support that we have here in Swain County.
Oh, no doubt. Fans, as you know, as we've been talking about here on the program this week, it's playoff time. We have 64 teams in our 1A bracket, 32 in the West, 32 in the East. Coach, our first game, good thing is we're playing here at home at Swain County Memorial Stadium and Boys Steets Field right behind us. Avery County coming to town. We've played them before. We've been to their place. They've been to our place. So, it's time to put on a new face and get ready for the playoffs, because it kind of is. It's a new chapter. We're playing teams we haven't seen before, so this is really a rewarding time of the year for these players who have put in a lot of hard work.
Yeah, we kind of told our kids Monday, being a new season, it don't matter that we won 9 games.
Right.
It don't matter that we lost a game, and that's for any team. It don't matter how many you win, how many you lose in the regular season. You just want to win 1 week at a time in the playoffs. And our challenge to them was, let's make sure we're practicing on Monday, for the next week. And so it's just that feel, and you always like being at home, especially in Swain County. We have a good fan base, and our kids are always excited to play at home in front of our fans. And so looking forward to it. Avery County, they're well coached. They've got some kids that are very athletic, and so that they present some challenges to you. Defensively for us, we got to be very disciplined in what we do and how we do it. Offensively, our goal this week and challenge to them was, let's go be more productive on the scoreboard, be more efficient, cash in on those drives. And so it's just a good time. It's exciting for our kids. It's exciting for everybody across the state, because when you're playing playoff football, it just means just a little bit more, I think, and not that you don't want to win all those games in the regular season, but this season is it's like we say, it's ring games every week. You're playing for a state championship every week. You want to survive and advance, and so that's what we've kind of focused on this week in practice.
Yeah. Fans, as you know, Avery County is out of that Western Highlands Conference, and I think it's one of the tougher conferences in the state. They're a 2A, 1A conference, and the tough thing is, especially for Avery County, the best teams in that conference this year were the 1A schools. You're talking about Mountain Heritage. You're talking about Mitchell. You're talking about Drawn. They are all top 15 seeds in the 1A playoffs, and then Avery County, of course, struggling somewhat. I think they're 2-4 in the conference, 4-6 overall. Coach, looking at them on film, interesting team. They average 200 yards a game offensively, 116 through the air, 84 on the ground. So another interesting point, they use 2 different quarterbacks, and their stats are almost identical. They've both thrown over 100 balls and completed just under 50% of those passes. They got number 7, Logan Brown, their running back. So what are you seeing on film out of this Avery County team from a very tough conference up there?
Well, the thing that I see is I see their kids execute very well in the passing game. They find open spots, and they just go to grass, and they've got a couple skilled kids that are very athletic, and so it's one of those things where, you know, for us defensively, we got to be real good in the back end. We got to be real good on the outside. Got to get a good rush from our D lineman, and maybe if we send a linebacker or something. But it's one of those things that you want to try to limit the big play. You know, you watch them on film, and they make a lot of big plays that you think, oh, they're going to get sacked or they're going to get tackled right there, and then they just bust out of it and rip off a big one. So it's just it's one of those things where defensively, you know, we're going to have to be at the top of our game. And then, you know, for us offensively, watching their defense, you know, they got a couple of really good linebackers that have a knack for the football, a couple guys that play D-line that are very physical and big kids, you know. And so it's just going to be one of those things that if we can execute at a high level on both sides of the football, don't give up the big play defensively. Try to create some momentum in the kicking game. I think that'll be big for us. And so that's been our plan this week, just trying to get better at football. And the good teams can continue to get better week to week. And that's what our challenge is this week, just to get better.
Coach, as you mentioned, good to be here at home this Friday night. Our fans are going to be playing a big role in that, obviously, because, wow, we saw what fans could do last week. That place was packed. There was not a seat in the house on either side. All the way around the fence, it was packed. So, hey, we need that kind of atmosphere on our side of the field this Friday, don't we?
Yeah, it's important. You know, for one, the kids worked extremely hard, and, you know, it's a way that you can kind of pay tribute to the kids that's worked hard and they're playing. And so just come support these kids. They've done a real good job of representing our school and our community and our county very well. And so just we would love to have as many Maroon Devil fans as we can at Memorial Stadium. And so it's big. Anytime you can have a good fan base and create home field advantage, it always makes it tougher for your opponent, I think.
Yeah. Coach, weather is, you know, this week we've seen a crazy week. I think last Friday night it was really warm at Robbinsville. We had 80-degree weather over the weekend. Well, hey, we saw some 20s this week, so it's starting to feel a little more like football, isn't it, with this weather change?
Yeah, you know, you like it when it cools down a little bit. You know, it's a little bit easier for our kids. You know, they would rather have a little bit cooler weather than the hot weather. It's just easier on them to play, and you know, it's football weather. You know, and when you're sweating watching a football game, you know, that's not very pleasing. And so bring you a blanket, bring you a sweatshirt, bring you a jacket. I'm sure they're going to sell hot chocolate at the concession stand, but it's going to be a good night for some playoff football here in Swain County.
Oh, no doubt. Fans, stay tuned. We've got kickoff coming up in just a few minutes. This is a brand new season. Everybody's starting over 0-0, 1 week at a time. You can't look down the road at all. It's all about playoff football, and we're proud to be here with Coach Holt and joining you on the Maroon Devils Network. Beautiful side here from Swain County Memorial Stadium and Boyce Dietz Field, live on the Maroon Devils Network. We look over there and see one of the most beautiful backdrops in all of Western North Carolina, Coach, as we look over there and see those mountains, and we just pan into the Swain County Memorial Stadium and Boyce Dietz Field with that big Devils logo, and this is just a good feeling.
It really is. It's the second season. It's playoff time. You could feel it. I'm glad it cooled down this week, so it finally felt like playoff time again with the cool air, and as cool as it's getting tonight, it feels great. It's a great time of the year for fall's pretty much about over, basically. The leaves are settling down, and it's starting to get that winter playoff look to it right now, Gary.
And as we were talking with Coach Holt, this is a special time of the year for Maroon Devil fans, because our Maroon Devil fans, over the years, we have started really living this tradition of playoffs, and we're on a 22 straight home winning streak in the playoffs. That is hard to believe as you look at that. 22 straight home playoff wins. Not many teams can say that, if any.
That's right. That's exactly right. And sometimes we weren't always the top seed, seeded higher. But it's as some coaches used to tell me, they get a little bit intimidated if they've not ever been here, or if they have and it's been a while. They show up here, and we've had everything from the park on fire back here and start beginning the playoffs, and people will pull in here, and they're just they look at the place, and they're kind of mesmerized by it all. They really are.
And our Maroon Devils have only lost 2 first-round playoff games in our history. Both of those were on the road, so our Maroon Devils are undefeated at home in the first round. As we look back, our Maroon Devils are still second in the state in all-time playoff wins with 95. That's a big number. First, of course, is Shelby with 116 playoff wins. Shelby, by the way, is in the playoffs again this year. Next closest in the Smoky Mountain Conference, behind our Maroon Devils with 95, is Robbinsville with 76 playoff wins. So that says a lot, especially with all those state titles Robbinsville has.
It really did. And I, the days of when, back in the 70s, 3 games and you were there,
Right.
Then it went to 4 games as more teams got coming into the 1A and even the 2A. And then it jumped to 5 games, and so all of a sudden you're playing more playoff games. It's a regular. I mean, it's a whole half season you're playing, and it just tacked on to the end.
It really is. And now, of course, I went back and looked at some of the numbers, Coach, and the in the 1A in North Carolina, and I'm talking about football playing schools. That's what this is about. There are 70 teams in the 1A class. There are 97 teams in the 2A division, 109 in the 3A division, and 103 4A schools. It's hard to believe there are that many big schools in North Carolina, but 70 1A teams and 64 out of 70 are in the playoffs. So we got a lot of folks in there that with not such good records coming in.
Yeah, people are not building many more 1A schools.
Right.
These communities are consolidating,
That's
and
right.
We've talked about that before. Then all of a sudden you're going from, 1A, 2 or 3 1A schools being combined into big 2A or 3A schools.
And talking about our Smoky Mountain Conference, other games coming up here tonight. Bessemer City is hosting South Stanley. And by the way, if our Maroon Devils win tonight over Avery County, we will be playing the winner of number 8 seed Bessemer City and number 25 seed South Stanley. Also tonight, number 1 Robbinsville hosting number 32 Thomas Jefferson Classical. Number 12 Starmount is going to be hosting number 21 Cherokee, so the Braves are on the road. Number 14 Hayesville is at home, and talked to some of those folks this week. They feel pretty good that they're going to get a win over number 19 Christ the King. Now, Andrews got their hands full taking on number 11 Thomasville. We played them in the second round last year, Coach,
yes, sir.
as you remember.
Oh, yeah. Thomasville's notorious. They've every year they can't be at that level, but most years they're at that level.
They really are. They're tough. And number 16 Murphy is going to be at home hosting number 3 Polk County. That could turn out to be an interesting contest.
It really will be. I think Polk County will throw everything they've got at them, and Murphy will have their hands full. Now I'm not saying that just from what little bit I know about Polk County, they're very, very, very athletic.
They are.
So that'll present any of the Smoky Mountain Conference teams a problem.
No question about it. And, of course, our Maroon Devils tonight going to be led, as always, as we've seen him have a great season, and that's our Josh Collins. Josh has now rushed for 1,651 yards on the season, and that puts him in 7th place all time. And those are some really, really good running backs, Coach, when you're talking about being number 7, because there's some real good people right in front of him.
If you've been keeping up with Maroon Devil football at all this year, and you've seen it, or you watched one of these broadcasts, or you've been to the stadium, then you know what he's capable of. You can see it. He's put up some blistering numbers. He's a very dedicated young man, and he plays real hard, and he's just one of those kids that everybody likes to coach. I have a good time with him every time I go up to practice, and because we talk ugly about his daddy. Yeah. Yeah.
Not that would do it.
No.
Oh, that's pretty good. Cross country coming up tomorrow. Our state championships are tomorrow. The girls 1A will run first as our Lady Devils look to defend their title. Defending state champs. Good luck to our Lady Devils. The boys 1A will run afterwards. All gets underway around 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And by the way, if you can't make it tomorrow, you can follow in real time. And here's where you can follow that tomorrow. It's on nc.milesplit.com. And again, You can follow in real time the cross-country meet tomorrow. Those are the state championships. And again, that site is nc.milesplit.com. And Coach, Coach Payne has done a great job with these kids, and man, they just keep piling up trophies.
If you around the community anywhere and say, or go down there to where they train, or if you're up here at this track, you see why. Those are some dedicated young people. Now I can't even imagine the miles they've put on.
Oh, it's just unbelievable. And, of course, all the Smoky Mountain Conference teams are out, and we're going to be talking about those throughout the game. By the way, golf, all Smoky Mountain Conference was Lola Collins. Congratulations to her. Honorable mention, all Smoky Mountain Conference was Karina Klein, Marley Hicks, and Maya Burrows-Kerr. Again, congratulations to all those all-conference folks that we just talked about. And there's always a chance for you to comment. We'd like to know who is watching from the furthest away and who is watching with the biggest crowd, and may be able to use some of those comments on the broadcast here tonight. By the way, Jamie Fisher said he couldn't make it tonight, so he's watching. And Jamie Fisher, he is a Maroon Devil fan and about half crazy.
Oh, yeah, both. I concur. I just couldn't believe here that there's Lola Collins, all Smoky Mountain. I taught her everything she knows about golf. I did,
go.
yeah. She first time she ever picked up a golf club was in my backyard,
in
my house. Well, I can't tell her that I taught her the game. Y'all seen me play, so there. Anyway,
but you helped her, right?
Yeah. Congratulations to her.
And by the way, talking about our Maroon Devil Network, here are some facts about the Maroon Devil Network since 2014, and these are unbelievable. Over 500,000 views. As we'll try to get to that slide in just a minute. I understand right now the band is getting ready to entertain, and right now let's check in and let's listen to the Maroon Devil Minute with Audrey Zelenka.
Multiple CTE classes from the high school went to West Elementary last Monday for Red Ribbon Week. Health science, carpentry, welding, and agri-science students led activities for the elementary students, and various local businesses and organizations brought work vehicles, including Mama. The American Red Cross will host a blood drive at the high school this Monday, November 6th. Their goal is to collect 34 units, and each donor will receive a $10 e-gift card. There are still appointments available to give blood, and you can schedule an appointment at redcrossblood.org. The Maroon Devils broke their winning streak last week against Robbinsville in a hard-fought game. The final score was 14-8, placing them second in conference and 9th seed for the state playoffs. They face Avery County at home for the first round of playoffs at 7:30 on November 3rd. Local band Brother will be performing live at the Swain Arts Center on Saturday, November 18th from 3 to 5. Tickets are $5 per person, and all proceeds will go to the High School Rock Band Club to purchase equipment and instruments. Both cross-country teams won the Western Regional 1A Championship last Saturday. They'll be competing in the state championships in Kernersville tomorrow, November 4th. And remember to subscribe to the Maroon Devils Network to keep up with all things maroon and white.
Fans, welcome back. As you just heard and saw, our Maroon Devil Marching Band doing a great job down on the field as we're still a few minutes away from the opening kickoff here tonight. And the award-winning Maroon Devil Marching Band, and they are doing just such a very, very good job, and we're proud of them and all the work that they do to be a part of the atmosphere for high school football on Friday night here as we're in the first round of the state playoffs. Going back, talking about some of our all-conference people, and again, talking about Josh Collins. What a great season he has had. One of those record-setting seasons, believe it or not. Josh, as we'll try to get this slide up for you. There we go. Now he has 1,651 yards on the year, 7th place all time. And when you're talking about people like Brett Conley and Robbie Brown and Johnny Mitchell, Johnny Buck, Cody White, Rocky Dietz, I mean, these are great people that he's following.
Oh, yeah, and he's putting the numbers up. I mean, there's no doubt he plays with so much heart and soul, and he enjoys what he's doing. I mean, he's got a smile on his face.
He does.
You hardly ever see him frowning. The young man really enjoys this game. He loves competing. He's a competitor at anything, and he's got he's got a very good, sharp-witted personality.
Yeah, and he's a tough kid. Oh, man.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
He is tough.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, and we want to remind you again, state championships are tomorrow. The girls 1A will run first as our Lady Devils look to defend their title. And you can see that slide right there. And we're so proud of these cross-country champions. The boys 1A will run afterwards. All those get underway around 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And as we mentioned, you can follow this in real time on nc.milesplit.com. Jot that down. nc.milesplit, split.com. Now, as we mentioned, the Golf All-Smoky Mountain Conference team is out. And again, we appreciate and congratulate All-Smoky Mountain Conference Lola Collins, who learned all her golf strokes from Coach Rod White.
That's exactly right.
And, hey, she knows how to use that driver, right?
Yeah, that driver and that putter, baby. That's all you got to have.
Honorable mention, Karina Klein, Marley Hicks, and Maya Burrows-Kerr. And again, comments are turned on tonight, so we would like to know who is watching from the furthest away and who is watching with the biggest crowd. And again, that may be Jamie Fisher. He is over there, so that's going to make the crowd a whole lot of fun. And maybe able to use some of the comments on the broadcast. And by the way, we did hear that Joe Lee is watching down in Clemson, South Carolina, so down at Tiger Town.
Tiger Town. Yeah, we're spread out all over the place.
No doubt. And by the way, here are some facts that are really just astronomical about the Maroon Devil Network as we're getting closer to kickoff time. And look at some of these numbers. We've had viewers from 28 countries, including the Philippines, Vietnam, Morocco, Bulgaria, India, and Saudi Arabia. That is just hard to believe. We've had over 500,000 views, and that's a big number. 98,000 hours have been watched on the Maroon Devils Network, and only 1 out of 5 viewers are subscribers. So, hey, we need you to subscribe and help us out here on the Maroon Devils Network. But, Coach, those are just eye-popping numbers.
It is. That jumps out. This stuns me. I had not seen this until you laid it in front of me tonight. And as I was reading through it there, that's miraculous. Now, who would have thought that somewhere in Vietnam somebody's watching Maroon Devil football?
Yeah.
But there you go, or Bulgaria.
Yeah, we've had some service folks over there in the military who have, matter of fact, I remember one of them distinctly. He said he was watching, and he said he can, of course, he has to stay in uniform, but he had his Maroon Devil T-shirt on under his uniform, and he was watching that game, man.
There you go.
And hey, we love that, no question about it. By the way, we're going to be having a trivia question later on. We're going to be having one in the first half at the end of the first quarter and one in the second half at the end of the third quarter. We'll try to give you a clue maybe as we go down the line. But, Coach, as we get ready for the Avery County guys, they're coming in. Avery County, of course, from up in Newland, North Carolina. They are the Vikings, and as we know, we've played up in Avery County before. I distinctly remember the last time we played there, they had a quarterback with an interesting name, and it took me a while to learn how to say it, but his last name was Villanueva.
Villanueva, yeah, okay. And what was amazing about playing up in that part of the country is that we got up to Avery County one day just a little bit early. I think it was in the second round rather than the first round of the playoffs. But we were on the road. We went up there to play, and our kids were sitting on the bus just kind of relaxing, and it was windy and it was pretty cold. And I don't know how many Christmas tree trucks we counted coming down that road. That's more Christmas trees I'd ever seen in my life, man. There's just one big flatbed truck after the other coming out of the mountains up there, and our kids were fascinated by it, and I was too. I mean, we were there to play a ball game, but when do you see that literally that many thousands of Christmas trees come down one little 2-lane road right by their school up there?
Now that is Christmas tree country up there.
It is.
It really is. By the way, talking about some of our friends, Emma Dingle not able to work tonight on the Maroon Devils Network. She is sick, but we appreciate Joe Holt is here tonight, of course, running the show as always. Audrey Zelenka, we're going to be talking with her throughout the broadcast here tonight. She's going to be down in the student section, and also we'll have a word with Coach Holt as he leaves the field, so he's going to feel like he's on ESPN or CBS somewhere.
He may be. If he's mad, I know how I'd feel. You know, if you're glad, sometimes you feel all right to talk to somebody. I can remember in some playoff games they would always ask, Coach, can we talk to you for just a second before halftime as you go in? And a lot of times, you know, you don't know what to say to them. So, well, if we don't fumble, we're going to win this thing. You know, that's about all you got to say. But it's a great opportunity for people to see Coach Holt in his element, other than just watching him on the coach's show or seeing him on the sidelines.
Also with us tonight, Josh Gordon helping out. Kent Maxey's down on the field. Got those cameras moving around. But again, we want to thank Daniel Kluwer, West Swain Volunteer Fire Department. They're over there selling that kettle corn, and they do that, and the money goes back to athletics, and that is such a good thing.
Yeah, and Gary, before we get into this too far, Joe and I both will be in the doghouse if we don't mention something. Tonight, the producer, Joe Holt, or today, is his wife's birthday, and today is my wife's birthday. So happy birthday, ladies, from the Maroon Devil Network.
Hey, that's right. Kim Holt and Linda White, and yeah, you guys might be locked out of the house tonight if you didn't say something.
Well, I'm kind of glad if Joe hadn't said something, I didn't know it was his wife's birthday. But yeah, I was I'd be in a little bit of trouble. I think, I don't know. I can't tell you how old she is. That would really get me in trouble.
Yeah, so. You don't want to go there.
No,
you don't want to go there.
No, I ain't treading on that. I tread lightly enough.
But I tell you what, in all honesty, coaches' wives deserve a pat on the back because coaches spend so much time. Whether they're coaching football, basketball, baseball, doesn't matter the sport. And sometimes my wife has said the same thing. Sometimes they consider themselves sports widows because coaches are out there every day.
Yeah, and, you know, my wife's been a fan. That's all you can say about her. She's been a fan of this program. And, but I was fortunate having two boys. They got off the bus at the practice field. They spent more time up here on this game field during the summer than they did at home in the backyard because they're up here with me mowing or fixing something or working on something all the time. So it's one of those things that I was more fortunate than a lot of coaches that I know of.
Yeah, Joe Holt's going to bring us some more information about people watching and listening in. Joe, take it away.
Hey, guys. So can you hear me all right?
Yes, indeed.
All right. So BD asks a question of the two of you. BD asks, what is the most memorable playoff game for you both?
Holy cow. I can tell you probably two. I can't pick between the two, but just to me, Coach, just right off the top of my head, and that's a hard question. The 1979 season, not the state championship game, but the game we played against Maiden High School that we pulled out 7-6. That game sticks in my head because we were down 6-0, 6-0, 6-0. It was so cold, and Sam Patilla threw that pass to Lewis Crisp, and Toby Burrell came in to hold the extra point. We got the extra point, and that was the difference in that 7-6 win.
It really was. I remember it very, very clearly. You know, the whole thing, it just boiled down to split seconds. And, you know, that the one that's probably one of my all-time favorites is we went to Star Mountain. And Star Mountain was undefeated and defending state champions. Hadn't been beaten, I don't know how many ball games. And we go up there. We had a pretty good team, really and truthfully, and the players could tell you that to this day that played on our team, we weren't as good as they were. But it came down to the end of that ball game, and it was close. And we hung a deep pass up, and a young man who had hardly caught a ball for us all year long ends up catching that thing on about the 1 yard line. Well, I'm out of timeouts, and we're trying to get plays called about the 3 yard line, I guess it was. Anyway, we just slammed that ball up in there, and then on the third try, we punched it in with just a few seconds left to go on the clock. And I'll never forget the atmosphere in that stadium, because their entire side was on their feet raising Cain. It went dead silent.
It did.
And behind me, a roar broke out, and I see the fence bending over. People were banging into the fence trying to get over it because we'd beaten them. We had won, and you know, it was one of those things that we weren't supposed to beat them, and we did. And that's kind of, you know, you can gauge a whole lot of your seasons off of, can you beat some people that maybe you're not supposed to?
You said it. Yeah. Okay, Joe, who else is watching and listening in here tonight?
Okay, so I have a message from Rita Fisher. Rita says, Jamie Fisher is watching from home. He had surgery yesterday. Daniel Fisher is watching from Las Vegas. Go Maroon Devils.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Now, that Fisher family, they are Maroon Devil fans. Of course, Daniel is in the Air Force, I'm pretty sure. And, yeah, I'll tell you what. He had surgery, so maybe they'll maybe they'll do a little bit with his brain and work on that. We're talking about Jamie now.
I don't think he can fix that. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just going to go out there and say it now, okay? Everybody else is thinking it. I'll say it.
Yeah, we had to throw that in there. But, hey, we can pick on people that we really appreciate.
Yeah.
And the Fisher family is one of those. And
plus, he's too weak to come up here and fight us. So there.
Yeah, we can pick on him now, can't we?
Uh-huh.
And but the other playoff game I was going to talk about, Coach, because it's so hard to pick one. And, of course, that 79 team was just so special. I mean, the Foxhole 40 and all that, our very first state championship team. But that 2004 state championship team, I'll never forget when when they were getting ready to punt and that ball sailed over the punter's head out of the end zone. That was one of the best feelings I've ever had.
It really was. There was some kind of voodoo going on right then, man, because our fans were going nuts, and he took his. And here's the crazy thing about that. I had planned on just before that faking a punt. Well, they realized it. I don't know how they realized it, so I called timeout. Before I called timeout, though, I look at our center, and I used to take my thumb and go over my throat like I'm cutting my throat.
Right.
And he was the only one that would have to look at me, and that meant, don't you snap this football. Well, he didn't snap it. We get a 5-yard penalty, which is exactly what we needed, because when we punted it, the ball went out of bounds on the 2-yard line, and that set up that whole scenario. That will never leave me too. That was a heck of a football game.
Oh, that was and that was a really great team. Undefeated season. I mean, we had one in 79, and it was so ironic. 25 years to the year later, that 2004 team undefeated.
Yeah, it was an interesting season. It was one of the easiest coaching jobs I ever had, simply because we had players. We had young men who were dedicated to what they were doing, and it was still work. Don't get me wrong.
It was.
But I think we worked harder in the off season than we did during the season to get them to that point. And when we did, it was just stand back and let them play, and we kind of let them take the team over, and they ran it like it was supposed to be run.
They did. Another playoff game that our fans will remember right here at Swain County High School was West Montgomery, when we fell behind so far in the first half, and it looked like, oh my goodness, we're in trouble. We're going to lose. And we came fighting back and kicked that field goal at the end of the ball game to win that game. Now that was an exciting game.
It really, those things, they stick in your mind. You go through so many playoff games. I really don't know the number that I coached in from the time I was an assistant coach for Boyce Dietz through my head coaching career. I really don't know how many there was, but some of them you barely remember parts of them, and there's some of them you won't be able to race till the day you die.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And talking about Coach Dietz, I was talking with Sherry, his sister. He is here tonight. She said he might be over watching from the field house, but Travis brought him down and said he was feeling better today, and it's good to have him. I don't know if we can see him. He may be over there inside the field house as we look at the field house, and there are our Maroon Devils getting ready to charge out here. And let's talk about Avery County a little bit, Coach. They haven't had a great season. Let's just be brutally honest. 4-6 overall, 2-4 in conference play. And now this is something
different.
I like to see.
Yeah.
These guys coming down the track.
Yeah, they mentioned this to me, and that's the way we used to do it right there, and march them in front of the crowd and let the folks see them as they walk by, and then take kind of responsibility for the community as they came by.
And, boy, it is just so good to see those kids out there. And I think our fans like it as they come down that track. And, boy, our fans are on their feet. And now, more people have come into the stadium, and it's starting to fill up. And, man, I tell you what, this just kind of brings chills when you see those guys come down that track, and our fans are into this.
Well, it makes a difference. You get in close proximity to the fans, and you can see right there what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Man, you feel that. You feel the energy from the crowd, and those players, they really do, and it means something to them, means a little bit more rather than, it's something we did for a long, long time.
And it's a great tradition. Talking about Avery again, overall this season, 4-6 overall, 2-4 in conference play. And, of course, they're in a tough conference up there as we're talking about the conference they've played in. So it's not like they played in a weak league at all, because they are up there in that Western Highlands 1A, 2A.
Yeah.
And the top three teams are seated in the 1A. Mountain Heritage was the conference champ. They're the number 5 seed in the playoffs, and if we keep going, we could run into them.
Right.
Number 13 seed is Drawn, 5-1 in the conference. Number 15 seed is Mitchell. We've played Mitchell several times. So those are the top 3 seeds in the conference, and they're all 1A, surprisingly. Now, Madison is a 2A team. We played them early in the year. They're way down, number 32 seed in the 2A. Avery, number 24 seed in the 1A. Rosman and Owen did not make the playoffs. So that's the way the conference played out this year. Now, coming into the ball game, Avery, not an outstanding offensive team, averaging 200 yards a game. They're running for about 84 yards a game, Coach, and they're passing for about 116 yards a game. So we've got to be aware they do have balance on offense with the run and the pass.
They do, and they run out of multiple offensive formations. You're going to see them in I-backs, split backs. You'll see them a shotgun with split backs, 2 back, 1 on each side of the quarterback back there. You'll see them up under center out of the I-backs. Their passing game is not dedicated on a lot of long passes from what I've seen of them on film. It's a lot of short passes underneath routes and things like that, trying to pick at you.
And one guy, as we're getting ready to kick off now, the Maroon Devils will return the opening kickoff, and Avery will kick off, and they'll get the football first in the second half. But this first half is crucial to set the tone and get Maroon Devil football rocking and rolling here on a Friday night. Chilly weather, but again, a clear, great November night here.
It's football weather, man.
It's football.
It's football weather. Golly.
And you can see Avery is going to be wearing black pants, white jerseys. Our Maroon Devils in solid maroon. And we are just about ready to get this thing underway. As here comes the opening kickoff. Line, drive, kick. And it's going to be taken. There's Reese Winchester out to the 15, out to the 20, cuts up to the 25, out across the 30, down the sideline, still on his feet at the 45-50, into Avery territory all the way to the 40-yard line. Man, I tell you what, Reese didn't really crank in the jets, Coach, but what great footwork.
He literally waited on some things to happen there, and he's good at that. He literally just, as you can watch right here, he'll pull up, and this is different. Reese has not been back there before.
Right.
All right, so they
Good
got
block.
3 in front. They got him getting the ball, and right there is where he hits the burners.
Yep.
Then he waited and waited, and once he see that, he got to the sidelines. He realized there was a crease back inside, and he took it.
What a great vision by Reese Winchester on that kickoff return. That's one of the best returns we've had all season long.
Yeah, and they've redesigned their return team. All right, now you'll see them. See, here's some of we're coming back with some of the older stuff that we had earlier in the season, out of the gun.
Yeah, different look.
Yep, Got to run out of the gun, quick pass.
Got his man over on the sideline. There's a blocker out in front of him on that wide receiver screen.
Yeah.
Complete over there to Keontae Graham, and a good block out there by Josiah Glaspie to spring him.
Yeah, they're out there knocking each other around pretty good, and that was just a twin set, throwing the ball to the outside receiver. You can see it on the replay there,
Yep.
getting upfield and getting what he can get.
Good block by Zeke Glaspie. And, Coach, we haven't seen that much this year of that kind of bubble screen, some people call it over
That's
there.
exactly what it was. It's a bubble screen, and you're just depending on your athletes out there in the grass to make things happen.
First down and 10 now at the 29-yard line of Avery. 11:18 to play. Getting things underway here in the first quarter. As you can see, that Bermuda grass is turning brown.
Split backs this time.
Here comes the toss.
Toss sweep.
Maroon Devils want to throw it. Josh Collins looking down the field. He's got a man wide open. And he got turned around. Down there was Corey Stillwell in the end zone, but he got turned around, kind of lost his footing. Boy, that was so close to 6.
Yeah, Josh did a smart thing there because as you'll see as he takes off, he does something most running backs don't do. He took that ball away, but he's giving ground the whole time, which we know he don't really like to do. See him tuck it, now he pulls it, and away it goes. He was just running, and the ball took off on him. He couldn't get it to where he wanted it to go.
Oh, boy, so close. Now it's going to bring up second down and 10. Stops the clock at 11:02 to play here in the first round of the State 1A playoffs. Our Maroon Devils against Avery County, the Vikings.
High backs this time, tied into the top of the screen. Counter, trap.
There's Collins right up the middle, a lot of room.
Right there.
Josh down to the 15-yard line, first down. And good running play.
Yeah, that was a big hole. We knocked that one in there pretty good. Avery's also pretty multiple in the fronts. Right here, you see him forefront, going to try to run a linebacker blitz to one side, 2 linebackers, and we got right in behind him.
And talking about behind him, that is their leading tackler, number 51, Asher Hartzog, 103 tackles on the year, 54 solo tackles. So he's their main man on defense is 51.
Counter back the other way. We didn't get them blocked this time.
Boy, they
we
came
missed,
in.
We missed our blocks on the edge right there. We didn't see them. They jumped 2 extra defenders up on the edges right there.
And a big tackle by Caleb Liner. He's one of their starting quarterbacks, actually. They used 2 quarterbacks, and Liner, number 4, came up with a big tackle on defense, stopping us for a 4-yard loss. Second down and 14 now at the 19-yard line. So with 10 minutes to play here, Maroon Devils going to have twins on the right side. A little different look again on offense.
Got the wing set here out of the gun. Twins to the wing side.
Reese fires
Real
it
quick.
out here. It's going to be complete, trying to get a block. And Avery responded well, but they missed a tackle and going into the end zone. Touchdown. Going to be Keontae Graham. And, Coach, they had a couple of shots at him, but Graham made them miss.
He made a miss, and Collins got upfield and made an excellent block to make sure he got in the end zone. And you can see here, it's the bubble screen back out here again.
Yep.
You pick off the outside receiver. There comes Collins with 1 block.
And
he's going to cut in front and get another one.
And again, breaking a tackle there again is a great play by Keontae Graham, putting the Maroon Devils on the board. 9:46 to play with the extra point. And kicking it up and in is going to be Brendan Lanning. And the kick is going to be up and good with a 7-0 score here. 9:46 to play. The Maroon Devils scoring here. And let's see if we're going to check in with a slideshow here and bring you some more information here on the Maroon Devils Network. 7-0, Maroon Devils on top. Brennan landing on the kickoff, and it's going to be returned by one of the up men, and it's going to give Avery good field position out near the 40-yard line. It's going to be Caleb Liner on the return for the Vikings. And, Coach, they use a couple of quarterbacks, number 3, Brooks Berry, and number 4, Caleb Liner. And it's interesting, their stats are almost identical.
Yeah, I don't think they differentiate from what I've seen of them between the two of them. They run the same offensive sets with them. They run the same plays. I think it's just one of those things. They've got two of them, and they're going to play them both.
Yeah, so good athletes. Berry, 102 passes this year. Liner, 103. So, again, some of their stats almost identical.
Going out of the gun this time. Twins up to the wide side of the field. Going to try to run the draw. It's actually a zone draw.
And, boy, there's Big 57 on the tackle coming up, and that's Grady Lewis. And he makes his presence known in a hurry, along with Lucas Sutton, number 50, tonight.
Yeah, and if you watch very carefully when I say zone blocking, you can see them step in a direction that lets you know all they're trying to do is move bodies from side to side.
And a quarterback right now for the Vikings, number 3, Brooks Berry, 5'10" senior on the season, 550 yards passing and 5 touchdowns on the year. 2nd down and 9 now for the Vikings. They throw it out to the right side, going to be too far, and is it caught?
Yes, sir. It's intercepted.
Intercepted. That's going to be Keontae Graham.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that'll turn things around in a
sure.
hurry.
He went down and dug that one out. It was.
He did.
It flew right by the inside of that receiver. He threw it a little bit behind him, and you can see on the replay, and he just breaks on the ball and digs it up.
Boy, just on top of the ground.
Yeah.
And as you can see, Coach, that Bermuda is turning brown after this frost.
Oh, yeah. It's lovely. I love it like that.
and I think players like playing on it. It's got a good cushion to it.
Oh yeah, it really does. It's sand based, and it gets a little harder when the grass dies down and lays down. But it's you cut it real short, and so you can get real good traction on it.
Here we go, 1st and 10, Maroon Devils
Out
after the
backs.
interception.
Wings, toss sweep, back here to Josiah.
Here's Glaspie on the sideline. He breaks it down inside the 25, out to 20, all the way down to about the 17-yard line is Josiah Glaspie.
Boy, speed kills now. Speed kills. It really does. And when he got to the edge right there, he hit his burners and he took off.
What a great play.
We got a flag, I think, on the field.
Carlos Garcia on the tackle, along with 51, Asher Hartzog.
We got a flag back here at about the 43-yard line.
And that could be a holding call.
Yeah, most of the time when you're running a sweep or something that nature, you can get that call.
And, boy, a great run comes all the way back into Maroon Devil territory to the 47-yard line. Yeah, that's a big loss. Didn't see a sign, but we're guessing offensive holding, as it was against the Maroon Devils. So now 1st down and about 20. So we'll start over now, 8:39 to play. We're in the first quarter. Maroon Devils up 7-0 here early.
Going out of the gun, Twins in the wing to the same side, to the wide side of the field.
Vikings got about 5-7 guys up in the box. Reese throwing on a slant, throws it behind his man just a little bit. Couldn't get turned around at the 45-yard line to try to get it to Stillwell.
Yeah, threw it a little bit behind Corey right there, and he reached back. He just couldn't get both his hands on it.
So now checking into the lineup, we've got a new guy. Trent Jones is going to be at fullback. He's wearing number 44. And, Coach, he just checked into the lineup. So instead of playing offensive or defensive line, we're going to see him on the wing on the left side.
Right. They've been doing a lot of different things with the wings. And right here, you can see him. They put him out there as an edge blocker so Josh can get this run here.
Oh, boy, he got way outside. Josh Collins over on the sideline, forced out over there by Logan Wayne Brown, their number 2 tackler with 85 tackles on the year.
Yeah, you can see why he's in there. Yeah, if you on the replay, he's reach blocking. You see him out there, and then at the last second, he just shoves him out, and Josh is reading those 2 blocks right there, and he makes his cut back inside of it.
Good blocks up front. And again, one of those, Trent Jones, number 44 tonight, a new number for him, as the Maroon Devils have a 1st and 10 now at the 33-yard line. Just under 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Got Twins on the right side this time. Glaspie in the backfield behind Reese. And he gets the toss. Lots of numbers out there in front of him. And he cuts back inside, but didn't get a whole lot down to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, he picked up a few right there. He just We just didn't get the number of blocks we needed on the edge like we did before.
So now down at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, definitely. Can you hear it now?
Yeah, we heard a lot of crowd noise.
Yeah.
We got that to kind of calm down. So 7:20 to play here in the first quarter. 7-0, and again, Maroon Devils on the drive. Our second possession set up by an interception by Keontae Graham on the defense. This time a different look.
All right, still got your wing over here. Going to drop straight.
Reese Fires got Glaspie. Glaspie breaks the tackle at the 20, at the 15, down inside the 12-yard line, first down, and Josiah just made that happen.
Yeah, he's just making it happen with his feet and his eyes, man. He's seeing what's going on and making his moves.
And Josiah, again, breaking the tackle as you got the bubble screen pass out here at about the 25-yard line, takes it right there. As again, there's one tackle, there's two tackles, and he outruns another tackle.
Well, he can make you miss. Now he's got great feet and great vision.
He really does. And Glaspie, such a hard player to contain as we have this time twins on the left side, along with that wing over there with Trent Jones. Reese under center again, 6.5 minutes to play. Tosses to Josh Collins. There's a big hole, and he's going to go. Oh, boy, they caught him from behind.
Sure
he
did.
was going to score.
Yeah, he's just one step away from that one, too.
Man.
He was just about there.
He was. Coming up, we saw Caleb Liner over there, number 4. He's been on a couple of tackles already early.
And what's deceiving about this play is it looks like it's trying to go to the edge, but if you'll see them turn out, they blocked it exactly the same way the last time. They start out trying to what we refer to as reach block. If they fight across your face, just turn them out, and that's exactly what they're doing over there. And you see NCHSAA, he's doing the exact same thing.
So now second down, Maroon Devils need 1 down inside the 5-yard line.
Got the wing to this side this time. May see the same look.
Got a penalty flag, and
I believe it
might have been too much time. We'll see. Nope.
Yeah, it was delay a game.
Yeah, delay a game. Yeah, play clock ran out.
Yeah, I wasn't watching the play clock at all, and I don't know whether they're.
Yeah, it ran down. Yeah, because it had reset already to 40, and that kind of lets them know it's probably too much time. So that's going to cost us 5, second down, and now about 7 coming up with 5.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Maroon Devils again knocking on the door. We can get a first down inside the 2-yard line.
All right.
Got a man in motion. Got 3 on this side.
Yep. Took the wing, put him in motion, showing bubble screen,
Reese
then threw it right in behind it.
Touchdown.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, man, that's just a beautiful play.
He just waited for Corey to clear that inside defender, that linebacker, and knowing he could outrun him, and he did.
Great play. You can see it develop, and you're going to see it again.
You just watch Corey right there. He starts out making it look like a bubble screen. There comes the linebacker. He runs by him and gets in the zone right there in between the 2 defenders.
And just really well executed with 5:13 to play. Maroon Devils on top. And now coming on is going to be, again, Brendan Lanning for the PAT. And the Maroon Devils have a 14-0 lead. And we're going to see if maybe we can check in with Audrey Zelinka here, Joe, down in the student section. Let's see what Audrey's doing.
Hey, Gary, I'm here with Mrs. Karen Williams, band director. Williams, can you tell me about the marching band season?
We've had such an exciting season. The competitions that we've been in have been in class 2A and 3A, because when you compete in band stuff, it is based on your band size, not your school size. So we've placed first place drum major, first place band. We've received first place music. It has been just a successful season for us all around, and we're very excited with the work the students have done this year.
Thank you so much, Ms. Williams. Congratulations to the band. Gary, back to you.
Thanks a lot. Audrey Zelinka joining us here live down on the sideline as the Maroon Devils will kick it off. Brendan Lanning kicks it high, going to be taken at the 25, back to the 30, back to the 35. Nice run back again by the Avery County Vikings. First down and 10. And Coach, it's always good to have our students involved here with the Maroon Devils Network, and they get some fun as well.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's a lot of fun for them to be a part of this, and They probably get paid more than me and you do. Gary.
I would.
We need to research that.
I would bet money on that.
Yeah,
So I think you're right. We're gonna have to check Audrey's W-2 form.
Yeah.
First down and 10 now. Vikings with the football. 5:07 to go in the first quarter.
Going out of high backs this time. No tight end. Twin split. Isolation. Off tackle. He bounced it wide.
Yep, good run over there on the tackle, and again they're just pounding it away over there on that right side. And that looks like Noah Blair.
He's got a lineman number on, I
58.
believe. Yeah, 58 or 68. But they're just lining him up back there and trying to make some power plays out of him right there. Just trying to get him in. He takes a lick on the shin right here from Corey, and he gets up limping just a little bit.
And by the way, that was Grayson Hoylman, number 56, as he came out of the backfield. And again, he's got some lineman numbers, but good run. But now we've got a penalty flag on the field.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what this is. It may have to do with those numbers, because I looked a minute ago, and one of the young men who was snapping the football, and it wasn't on special teams, was number 42. So I don't know. They're rotating some people around up there, and I'm not real sure what the situation is.
And let's see if we get a signal from the head referee, and he's coming over now, maybe to talk with Coach Holt.
And it may be it may be just about those numbers, because there is rules about what numbers have to be where on the field and so on and so forth. So I don't know. If that's something that they had planned on, or whether they've got injuries, or whether it has to do with numbers, or he's just getting young men in there to play different positions.
It is going to be a penalty. It's going to put Avery County back at the 32-yard line now with 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. And never did see a signal from the man in the white hat. So... And again, they're still talking among themselves, the officials down on the field. And now they're ready to play, but never did get a signal as to what the penalty was about for the second time tonight. So, and he's still talking with Avery County.
I'm standing here trying to lip read right now. But you can see number 42 is at center.
Yeah, they got 50s in the backfield.
Yeah, 50s in the backfield. So just probably something they've decided to do different.
Yeah, and they're going to hand it off to the fullback this time.
Just a fullback dive. Zone blocked it and tried to run just a hard fullback dive.
Not much there.
51.
That was 51 on the carry. That's their leading linebacker with 103 tackles, Asher Hartzog, a 6'2", 220-pound senior. He's a player. And by the way, fans, we're going to be hearing more from Joe Holt in just a minute. Some more folks are listening and watching and sending messages. We'll check in with Joe in just a minute. Right now, second down and 14.
Out of high backs again. Going to fake it, roll to the edge.
Oh, got his man complete over there to Oak Markland. 26 receptions on the season, Coach. He's a very good receiver. 491 yards and 7 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, that's that short passing game I was talking about. I've not seen them on film or even when they were warming up tonight to try to get the ball upfield very deep. They just they try to chip away at you underneath.
Third down now, and Avery needs about 4. Line of scrimmage at the 43-yard line with 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
Isolation
and they hand it off to the tailback.
Oh. He's trying to find him an edge to get to now. It's kind of clogged up in there where he wanted to go. And
Cole Wackel, big tackle.
Yep.
And by the way, let's check in with Joe Holt. Joe, you say you have some messages from some folks listening in.
Yes, I do, Gary. Let's see. We have from Tanya Rafferty. She says, "Good luck, Devils, from your neighbors on Sleepy Hollow behind the school. We hear you. Go Devils."
All right. So thanks, Tanya. Just over the mountain at Sleepy Hollow, and fourth down now coming up. And as we mentioned, we have listeners literally from all around the world. So, punting away here is going to be Avery, and back deep is going to be Reese Winchester. No return. Now it's going to take a roll down about the 25-yard line.
Yeah. And that smart move right there. Just let that one hit the ground. Get everybody out of the way. You start yelling at them, get out of the way, because it's coming down.
Yeah, they had it covered pretty well.
Yeah, they had it covered, and that ball wasn't hit very far, and it was up high.
So now it's going to bring up 3:16 to play here in this first quarter. Maroon Devils with a 14-0 lead here from Swain County Memorial Stadium and Boyce Dietz Field. And I'm looking over there, and I believe Coach Dietz may be sitting over there on the Fieldhouse porch watching this ball game. Good to have him with us tonight. First down and 10, Devils in the eye. Here comes the toss to Glaspie. There's Josh out in front with a block. Another block. Glaspie down the sideline, and they finally catch up to him. Tristan Goodwin on the tackle.
Yeah, this time instead of having the wing back lined up back there and having an option whether to reach block him or kick him out, they put him on the line of scrimmage and they said reach block him, and that's exactly what he does, as you can see right there. He actually pancaked the young man right there, that defensive end.
Yes, indeed. Good blocking out front, and as we mentioned, good to see Coach Dietz here in the first round of the first 1A playoffs. Here we go. Maroon Devils toss to the left side. Josh Collins, just a simple toss sweep. Tries to cut it back inside, but Avery with some numbers, but he still got the first down.
Yep, he just had to bide his time right there. He looked outside, inside, and then went back outside. He was trying to read the receiver's block. Avery's trying to run some kind of blitz package right here. They're getting blocked pretty good on the edge. We're keeping them blocked out there.
By the way, coming up at the end of the first quarter, we're going to be asking you one of our trivia questions and get your thinking caps on. It has to do with the playoffs. Obviously, we'll throw you that much out there. First down and 10. Again, out of the I formation here, Coach. Different look.
Yep. Out of the I, going to run an isolation look, and there again, one more step, and he'd have made that one.
Josh Collins running hard as he always does all the way down to the 37-yard line. Second down and a couple coming up. And again, that offensive line is paving the way.
That's it. They just got to get off the football, put their hats on their bodies, and block them.
Four-man front here by the Vikings, as we can see, a 4-3 look.
Yep.
And just pushed them back. And Josh knows how to follow a block, doesn't he?
He does. He can see. He got great vision and great footwork.
Second and a couple.
Out of eye backs again. Tight ends up to the wide side of the field. Oh, tried to run it. Oh, there it is. The trap block. He went right back inside that trap block. I didn't see him make that cut.
Wow.
The trap block happened so fast in front of him, and you'll see it if we get the replay of that one. Watch how quick this whole thing happens. As the ball gets snapped right here, watch the left guard over there, and watch Glaspie right here. Boom, 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 right there. That's how fast that trap block takes place.
Wow.
I
Josh,
mean, it's
all the way to the house.
It's right
Josiah.
now.
What a play. What a play again by Josiah Glaspie, taking it all the way in for the touchdown. Point after is up and good with 2:15 to play, and the Maroon Devils, Coach, are really playing very, very solid football right now.
Yeah, and already Coach Holt and his staff, they're putting different people in different places on the line of scrimmage right now. When you look out there, about every series now, we've seen different linemen in the ball game, involved in the ball game, and he's really been wanting to get to that point. So some of these younger guys can come on and make their way.
Yes. And we have so many good seniors on this team, 8 seniors. Just quickly mentioning them: Josh Collins, Reese Winchester, James Stroman, Josiah Glaspie, who just scored, Cole Weichel, Lucas Sutton, Big Nolan Fisher, Brandon Frost. Those are our seniors, and boy, that's a good bunch.
It is a good bunch. It's a good bunch of guys to be around, and we're going to go as far as we can with them, with just them being the leadership on this team right now.
Right now in the offensive stat column, Maroon Devils really dominating. 15 plays, 173 yards. Right now, Avery only 5 plays for 9 yards in this football game. So that tells you the score kind of reflects that, Coach, at 21-0.
Oh, yeah.
Brendan Lanning on the kickoff. Angles it toward the right sideline. Going to be taken by number 4. He dropped it. Oh, and number 5 gets on it. I think Avery got on the football, but boy, it was loose for just a second.
It sure was. It sure was. It was for just a split second. That ball was on the ground. It was anybody's ball.
No doubt. The ball was initially touched by Jude Thompson, but Tristan Goodwin, number 6, recovered it for the Vikings, or, man, that could have been a disaster.
Yeah, when you drop a ball like that and the coverage is that close, you get pummeled.
Yeah.
Because people, I always told our kids, if that ball is mishandled and you're close to it, knock him away from that football. Don't worry about the ball. We'll let the next one get the ball. You clear him. And by clearing him, I mean leave your feet if you have to and decleat him and get him away from that football.
I formation, first down and 10, Avery County here. And we have, looks like a timeout called.
No, he's counting people. They have too many people on the field.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, illegal.
We got a signal this time.
Yeah, illegal participation.
And that'll back him up 5.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't play with 12. And by the way, we're going to be going back to Audrey Zelinka here in just a few minutes when we get a chance. She had a good chat with Karen Williams, our band director, just a few minutes ago. And now Avery is going to line up first and 15 after the penalty at the 25-yard line now.
Got eye backs this time. They got different people in the backfield. Still got the fullback in there, 50 number. Put a quicker kid in, number 7 over there. Take that toss sweep.
And again, he's one of their top players, Coach. Logan Wayne Brown is number 7. 98 carries, 531 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns, averaging over 5 yards a carry. So he's been their main running back this year. And Brown is 5'9", 185-pound junior. So, and I'll tell you, as we mentioned, that's a tough conference up there.
It is. They play ball up there. They really do.
Mount Heritage, Mitchell, and Drawn were the top 3 teams, top 3, and they're all in the playoffs. Again, the I formation now. Quarterback wants to throw. Looking, has pressure, rolling to the right side. He's going to take off. And over there is Brandon Frost to force him out of bounds.
Yeah, he picked up a couple of yards on that one, making it 3rd down. And I don't know whether he opened up the wrong way or whatever. He only had one receiver on that side, and the young man looked like all he did was run a stop route, and he just couldn't get him the ball.
And we can see the quarterbacks are quick. We've seen Brooks Berry and Caleb Liner, number 3 and 4. And they have quick feet.
Yeah, going to go out of the gun this time.
Oh, got trips on the left
trips
side.
out here.
We jumped offside a little bit. I think big LD might have butted heads with the center a little bit early.
That's hard to explain when that happens.
Yeah. So it's going to cost us 5 out to the 37 now. Avery County will have 3rd down and just over 2 yards to go. But so far, the Vikings looking for their first down of the ball game. 4-man front for the Devil defense. Back to throw is going to be Berry running for his life now, and he gets away from one defender. Josh Collins is after him, and he doesn't get away from him at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he didn't have enough angle to get away from Josh. Josh played a good open field angle right here, and if you'll see him right there, number 3, you'll see what I'm talking about. He's dropping into his zone to cover that receiver. Now he's broke contain. Josh has to come out of coverage and get after him. There's your angle right there. Pursuit angles are so important. They really are.
That's number 3. On number 3, Josh Collins taking down Brooks Berry. It's going to bring up 4th down and 5, and probably going to be a punting situation, but a timeout call by Avery County. And
he might not have had his personnel out there that he wanted.
And while we have a timeout, we're gonna ask our trivia question here, Coach. All right, fans, are you ready? Here is the first of 2 trivia questions for tonight. Our Maroon Devils are going for our 23rd straight home playoff win. We might even have a slide on this. We're going for our 23rd straight home playoff win. So who was our last home loss against and what year? So who did we lose to here at home and what year was it? And again, we're going for number 23 in a row, so you can tell it's been a while. So see if you can remember who was the last team to beat us here at home and when was it in the playoffs. And I'll give you a little bit of a clue. There's going to be okay. All right, so hey, see if you know the answer, and we'll come back when we start the second quarter and give you the answer about the last time we lost at home and who beat us. 4th down now. The punt. Good punt by the Vikings, and it's going to be Reese at the 35, out to the 40, out to the 45, and he's brought down at the 48-yard line. Good open field tackle by Tristan Goodwin. And let's see, are we ready to go down to Audrey Zelenka here, Joe? If so, let's go down. Yeah, if we're ready.
All right, hey Gary, I'm here with Clay Siegel, a junior at Swain High on the wrestling team. Clay, can you tell me what you're most excited for about the upcoming wrestling season?
I'm most excited for our new coach, Coach Kiefer. He's been really well with the conditioning, and he'll help us with a lot of wrestling this year because we'll be more conditioned. Last year we weren't as conditioned, but this year I think we'll be really good, probably #1 in the state for 1A.
Thank you so much, Clay, and good luck to all the wrestlers this season. Back to you, Gary.
Excellent. Audrey, and good word there as, again, the wrestling team hard at work. And now we've got a timeout on the field here, Coach. And well, I tell you what, people don't realize sometimes how fit wrestlers have to be. That's a tough sport.
Yeah, you got to be. They got to stay in shape a long time, you know, and it's a different kind of shape. It really is, and you know, they have the weight classes determine a whole lot of just how much weight you have to lose or gain or those sorts of things. So it's a roller coaster ride.
It really is. And we were talking with some of our friends from Avery before the game, and they have actually been down here to Swain County High School in wrestling competition, and Avery is known for having very good wrestling.
Well, they're very good. We watched them last winter. They came down for a tournament, and it was fun to watch them wrestle, watch them match up.
Here we go. First down and 10 now. Could be the final play or two of the first quarter. As the Maroon Devils out of the I formation will fake the handoff. Reese fires, overthrows his man over there. James Stroman had some room out there at the 42-yard line, but pass is going to be incomplete now.
Yeah, he just overthrew that one. Just a little bit too much on it out there for him to try to handle.
So again, Maroon Devils now with 31 seconds to play at the end of the first quarter. Right now with a 21-0 lead here in the first round of the state 1A playoffs. And we'll check. I'll check in with some folks here and try to get some scores. I forgot to do that. Murphy is leading Polk County. Actually, they're tied 7-7. Robbinsville leading their game 14-0. Now Robbinsville up 29-0. So Robbinsville with an easy time tonight. And the Maroon Devils, here comes Josh Collins down the left sideline. In traffic, cuts it back up against the grain. Avery finally got some numbers down there, but Josh all the way down to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, we ran a counter trap right there and got them all blocked. You can watch the left side guard and tackle, or this time it's just a tackle in the onside guard, pulling all the way over the top. And, boy, a good block there. Pancaked the linebacker. It was trying to come, and Josh read his blocks and straight up field with it.
So, again, Robbinsville and Swain County now at the end of the first quarter with comfortable leads. Right now, Murphy and Polk County, they're tied at 7-7. Some updated scores around the Smoky Mountain Conference, and that is going to be the end of this first quarter. Want to give a shout-out to Paul Crawley as he got home from work watching things here. And, again, thanks for Sherry Dietz, and good to see Coach Dietz here with us tonight. And so, again, it's always good to have people watching and listening and being a part of this first-round playoff game here, Coach. We have so many good fans.
It really is, and Paul probably had to go down there and sell just the last bit of that ice cream he had in that cooler down there.
So, so now, and again, yes. All right, let's check in with Joe Holt with some more messages here on this Friday night.
All right, so we've got Nathan Barker says, thank you for the broadcast, but please stop switching camera in the middle of the play. I am sorry, Baker. Nathan, I'm trying. And then we've got TF Womble says, happy birthday to Tim Sale, assistant band director. And then Debo Y2 says, now that's what I'm talking about.
All right. And that describes the end of the first quarter, Joe. That's what I'm talking about. 21-0 Maroon Devil lead and threatening here inside the red zone at the 18-yard line. First down and 10. I formation. Here comes out of the backfield Zeke Glaspie. First carry tonight, and he's inside the 10, Coach. And they sling him out of bounds, but Zeke is quick.
They're very quick. We got great breach blocks out there on that perimeter this time, and instead of having to turn them out, you could just run with them. You can see 55 here and 44. Reach right there. Keep driving your feet. Keep running your feet. And he tries to shed him to the outside, and he ended up reach blocking himself, number 60 did.
So Tristan Goodwin on the tackle over there for Avery. Now first down and goal to go for the Maroon Devils at the 8-yard line. Just underway in the second quarter.
Same formation coming back this way. They're going to play it upfield, try to keep us from doing it again.
And we do it to the left side.
Yep.
Oh, that is outstanding running.
Yes,
and
sir.
This time Zeke just lowered his head and pulled his way in.
He just literally took them on.
He did.
With all 130 pounds of him, it looks like, man. He just decided he could see that stripe, and he was not going to be denied.
You can watch him lower his head when he gets down to about the 3 and just that's just want to.
Yeah, fullback's trying to chip right there. He gets a block. They're blocking out on the perimeter. Yeah, he just took the corner on right there and run him over.
Outstanding job, shoulder to shoulder. Coming on now is going to be Brendan Lanning with a point after, and it's going to be up and good on the Maroon Devils here with a 28-0 lead over Avery County. And we were going to check and see possibly, Joe, if Audrey Zelenka. Okay. 11:47 to play here in the second quarter. And, Coach, right now, this is what I think is where coaches like to be. They like to be in a situation where, there's a good lead. The players are playing at a high level, and now he can start working some other players in, as you mentioned.
You worked other players in. You work on different things that you've worked on at practice. That maybe it's not trick plays. It's just fundamental things that you need to try to improve on to make your way through these playoffs. Because you got to remember, every team you're going to be playing against has film on you. They have your entire season. If they can break this stuff down with this new electronic stuff they've got now, man, it separates it all out. Coaches can sit down and watch so much. It kind of blows my mind. But
it's not that old projector, is
it? No. That thing about made me go blind.
Oh, boy, here we go. And coming into kickoff now for the Maroon Devils is going to be Owen Craig. Owen Craig, this is his first kickoff as a Maroon Devil kicker. Came over from the soccer team. It's going to be returned back out across the 30-yard line. Nice job by Tristan Goodwin at the 32-yard line. So Owen Craig getting his first kickoff as a Maroon Devil, and again, getting some playing time.
That's it. That's what it's all about. He put him out there and put him under the lights and said, here, let's have at it.
And by the way, we'll come up in just a minute with the answer. Here's again the first trivia question. Swain is going for our 23rd straight home playoff win. So who was our last home loss against and what year? That answer coming up here in just a second. First down at 10, Avery County. The Vikings in the shotgun with Twins over here on the right side. Quarterback rolling, looking, fires, got his man, but just can't hang on to it on the sideline as Landon Leiter, and he's a big target at 6'4".
Yeah, he's a big, tall young man, and he threw that out route to him, just led him a little bit too much.
All right, here's the answer to that first trivia question. Coach, the last time we lost a home playoff game was all the way back in 2005, the second round of the state playoffs, and it was against South Stanley. And that's a team we might see next week.
Yep.
They're playing Bessemer City. We play the winner. So South Stanley 2005. Oh, we jumped offside.
Yeah, we did. We came off right there. Lucas got a little bit
he's quick.
A little bit ahead of himself. He was going to be running that he was running that linebacker blitz off the edge there. They got calls they make to bump the other linebackers over so he can come off that edge and put pressure on him from the wide side of the field. I always enjoyed most of the blitzing we did was from the wide side of the field, and I like that.
Lucas, he was hurt some early in the year, but he has really played well. He's been a really great defensive player.
Oh yeah, he's come back into himself after his injury. He had that ankle injury, and he's rehabbed himself right back into the lineup.
Second down now. Avery hands off, runs to the left side, trying to find some room. Not much over there for Logan Wayne Brown, their leading rusher this year, so no gain. It'll bring up should be 3rd down and 5. So now Maroon Devils again bringing in some new folks into the lineup. Cole Weichel back in. Also coming back in, Brandon Frost back in.
Yeah, we're playing 2 or 3 different schemes with them tonight, with alternating these linebackers from inside to outside. You'll see Sutton stay mostly, when I say inside, that's between the tackles. But you'll see Collins move in and out from the outside backer to the inside backer position, and bringing different defensive linemen in.
3rd down, handoff comes right into a bunch of defenders, leading the charge over there. Maroon Devils really had, that was Aiden Smiley. That was 51. Is that Aiden Smiley? Because he's a freshman. That looks
I
like
believe
51.
It is. Yeah,
that's Aiden Smiley, freshman, 51.
Okay. And there again, you can see, he played right into it. Yeah.
That's a great play.
Yep, sure
especially
is.
for a freshman.
Yep.
And of course he's got a pretty good family
pretty
tree.
Good lineage. Yeah, he's got that blood running in him.
No doubt about it. I think that's Mitchell's grandson. Is that right? Here comes the punt from Avery County, going to be returned, bringing it back to Maroon Devils out to the 45-50, down the left sideline. Zeke Glaspie has some room. Josh Collins with the last block, and he got tripped up inside the 5. Avery County didn't give up, but they tripped him up.
Is he not fun to watch now?
Oh, he is quick.
I'm telling you, and he's just now found. I mean, he's been quick all year.
Here he goes.
He's just now finding his quickness, though. That he's got a different speed when the lights come on. Yeah.
There's Josh out in front of him blocking and fighting off the block. Pretty good tackle down there to save the touchdown by Avery County.
Yep, that was a great play by them. Yeah, it looks like it's coming back, Gary.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of big plays come back because of penalties. And this one is going to be signaled over there by the head referee. So it looks like a block in the back at the 29-yard line. So instead of having it 1st and goal inside the 5, all the way back at our 29. So
it's still fun to watch.
He really is. 9:56 to play here in the 2nd quarter before a nice crowd on hand for the first round of the playoffs out of the I formation again. Here comes the toss sweep and got another whistle.
I'm not real sure what illegal substitution or 12 men on the field for them defensively, because they were running people on and off. I saw their players out there signaling that they were short a player, and it looked like 2 or 3 players tried to get on the field at one time, and the official blew it dead.
And boy, I tell you what, one of those is the biggest guy on the field. Number 74, Dalton Terrell for Avery, 6'8", and this says 385 pounds.
Yeah, he just went back off over to the sideline there.
Well, you can't miss him.
He's a big old boy.
He's a large guy, no question.
All right, out of I backs, pro said I. Toss sweep again.
Same play.
Staying right with it, just picking up yards every time.
Good block over here on the corner by Keontae Graham, number 10, to allow Josh to turn that corner. And, boy, that's so important, Coach, as you know, those wide receivers blocking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. They're just, we're in a situation where Strong, you see Strong right there get the ball, and where, we're just staying with blocks longer. That's something they've really been working on, emphasizing. And Avery did bring the big man in now.
And, by the way, that was James Strowman instead of Josh. So, number 7 instead of number 3, James on the carry. Here he goes again, right side.
Same play.
Ran into some Vikings, bounced off and made a good run yards after contact.
Yeah, he got hit right, actually behind the line of scrimmage just a little bit there, and shot his way out the side of it right there. He almost couldn't make up his mind about which way they were blocking him.
Boy, good run by James Strowman. Again, one of those seniors that we got an injured player down on the field here for Avery County, and Boy, we don't like to see guys
59,
get hurt.
I believe it is.
And if that's 59, we'll take a break while they attend to him, and we'll be right back. Stay with us on the Maroon Devil Network. Fans, welcome back. Some updated scores. Our Maroon Devils up 28-0 here. By the way, Robbinsville right now up 35-0 in their game. And Murphy has come back to take the lead over Polk County 14-7 in that close game. Reese fires it out left side. Boy, there's a quick tackle on Keontae Graham. Wrapping him up in a hurry over there is number 4, Caleb Leiter. Number 4 has been in on a lot of hits.
Yeah, and we probably went to the well one time too many right there, Coach Holt did. He's been throwing that little short bubble screen out there, picking away at him in that corner this time. And that safety, they just decided that they were selling out. They were coming to take that away from us.
So now Maroon Devils, third down. We need 5, 8:25 to play here in the second quarter. Remember, next week we're going to play the winner of South Stanley and Bessemer City. More on that. We'll look at the brackets here in a minute. Right now, third down and 5, though. Almost trips on the left side. Reese pump fakes. Down the left side. Down there is Corey, and it's going to be caught right over the back of the defender. The defender down there, Logan Wayne Brown, had good coverage, but Corey, as we're going to see on the replay here, literally reached over his back and caught that ball.
That was a good hand fight. That's going after the football right there. And you could see Corey right there lined up at the very inside receiver. Wings coming out here to the edge. And he just puts the ball up. He pump faked that play.
Wow.
And he just broke from inside out on him.
What a catch. Again, going kind of right over the defender, because the defender, Brown, had his face to Corey and didn't really see the ball. So Corey just kind of went over his back and got it.
Back and grabbed it.
That's a great focus. At the 17-yard line now. First down and 10. Maroon Devils, 7:38 to play. Second quarter. Reese to throw again. In the end zone. Open and pulling it in. There is Keontae Graham. Touchdown, Maroon Devils. That was another great catch.
I'm telling you, he laid out and went and got that thing, didn't he?
He laid out is the word.
He did, man. You see him put those toes together and elevate and he had his pinkies together and everything, just like you try to teach him to do, to go up and get that ball up high like that.
Here goes
Play
Reese.
Action fake right here.
He was
quick,
open.
Turn it loose. You can see him right there.
Ooh, boy, good catch. 2 good catches in a row by Stillwell and Keontae Graham to set up that touchdown. Now the Maroon Devils are play faking on the extra point. Not sure if that's by design, but we're going to be stopped short.
I believe that was a bad snap. From the look of the way the kicker looked at it, it was.
Andrew Cody got caught, and I think you're right, Coach. I'm not sure that was planned.
No.
So, but so right now 7:29 to play, 34-0. Maroon Devils on top here in the second quarter. And right now, let's check in with our Audrey Zelenka, who's down there in the student section here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Hi, Bear. I'm live? All right. Hey, Gary, I'm here with Miss West, the coach for the cheerleaders. Miss West, can you tell me how you're feeling about your first year as cheerleading captain? Or coach, I'm sorry.
Oh, I love it. I love the girls. I love spending time with them, and I've loved coaching them.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss West. Back to you, Gary.
All right. Thanks a lot, Audrey. Doing a good job. We've talked with the band people, the cheerleading people, And, hey, we're already back to live action. And, again, getting ready to kick off for his second time ever is going to be Owen Craig, another senior coach from the soccer team that had a good year.
Yep, he's feeling it now. We'll see how he does on this one. Boom.
And angles it towards the right sideline. Going to be high, going to be taken by an up man at the 30. And he cuts back inside, brings it back out, and good return out to the 39-yard line on a short kick.
Yep, short kick. You got way under that ball, and you can always tell when they get way under it. The tee goes about as far down the field as the ball does. But it's his second kick under the lights. So there you go.
That's it. And again, a lot of these young men getting playing time here on this Friday night. And a lot of people are wondering why the Maroon Devils got we think, a poor seed, number 9 seed. Well, the way the state does it, the conference champions always get the highest seeds, and so 1 through 8 were all conference champions. That's why our Maroon Devils wound up with a number 9 seed. Avery back to throw, looking, rolling, and running out of bounds over there out across the 42-yard line is going to be Caleb Liner.
Yeah, we brought the blitz then again from the wide side of the field over here with Sutton, and he was that quarterback felt him. He felt him coming, saw him coming, and he bailed out to the short side of the field there.
And as we mentioned, our Maroon Devils number 9 seed hosting number 24 seed Avery. The winner of this game will play the winner of number 8 seed Bessemer City and number 25 seed South Stanley. Wolf front, second down and long for the Vikings. Quarterback in trouble, throws in a crowd, and it was almost intercepted over here. Brandon Frost cut wide in front, big 6'4" Landon Liner, and almost had it.
Yeah, cut right in front of him. Their hands were tangled up, and he just about had it.
He did. Let's check in with Joe Holt, who has some more messages here from folks listening in. Joe?
All right, so we've got, let's see. Kevin Thomason says, ask Coach White if he remembers a large rock near midfield.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that thing was the size of a Volkswagen. Yeah.
That's we'll talk about that more in just a minute. There's got to be a story there. 3rd down and 8 now. Maroon Devils on defense, 3-man front. Pass is going to be incomplete. Large rock in the middle of the field. Was that here or up on the practice field up on the hill?
No, there was one here.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And so is it something you had to dig up or?
Well, when we redid the field, we did this place here, and if it's the one Kev was talking about, when we started to redo this field, when we had cut down this bank here where the stands are, well, all of it got pushed out there. That's the way you did it,
Right.
And then you form your field and all that stuff. Anyway,
here we go.
Avery snapping the ball.
Oh, boy, almost blocked the punt. And it's going to be touched and dropped and picked up out to the 35. And out across the 45. Good job out to the 47-yard line. Pretty good return over there by, was that Andrew Cody? Yep, Drew Cody. So, anyway, more about the big rock in the middle of the field.
Well, and if it's the one that I'm thinking of, when we got ready to recrown this field, that son of a gun, we started trying to dig around it out there because you had to move some dirt. And that thing just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And, yeah, it was a giant hole before we got done.
Oh, my goodness. I know how that feels a little bit coming from the billboard business. A lot of times when the guys would use the auger truck and drill down on the ground to set telephone poles. Oh, yeah. You'd hit rock.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and some of them were just huge. And so, yeah, it was a mess to try to dig some of those out. For 1st down and 10, back to throw. Reese firing left side again. It's going to be up for grabs and caught again. Is that Keontae Graham down near the 25-yard line? What a catch.
He's lighting it up tonight. Now,
because that was not an easy ball
to catch. No,
it
it was not.
It was thrown to the other side of his shoulder.
Keontae kind of likes them hard catches, it looks like.
It looks like he kind of turned around. There's the ball in the air. And he did. He kind of turned around. Great catch, though.
And actually, you're saying, why is Reese throwing the ball down? He did exactly what they wanted him to do because both underneath routes were covered. I mean, they jumped them right away. And so his rule is get rid of that ball upfield.
So now 1st down and 10. Toss is going to be again James Stroman in the backfield, running to the right side. He's got some room, Coach, and he's going to score.
Yeah, he scored. And Keontae, he knocked that corner down out there to get by him. I mean, he literally blocked him to the ground. You can see him up here, number 10 on the outside edge. Got Stillwell on the inside.
Yep, got man-to-man coverage over here.
Kicked out right there. Now you watch the block on the corner. Right there.
Right there. That cleared the way. James takes it all the way to the house. And the Maroon Devils right now with 6:22 to play. In control, coming on to kick again is going to be Owen Craig. And this kick, it's going to be blocked and actually picked up. And Andrew Cody, the holder, tried to run it in.
Yeah.
So the last two got a little work to do.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen the snaps.
So, again, a couple of them in a row. And right now the Maroon Devils will be kicking it back to Avery County, though. And let's check in with Joe before we kick it off with these messages. Joe?
All right, Gary. So we have Carolina Toy Hunters. It says Sean Briggs, class of 1990, watching here in North Myrtle Beach. Thanks you all for bringing us these games. Thank you also for mentioning the wrestling team. So proud of how far our program has come.
Well, that's good to know. Folks are looking at so many different things that Audrey's talking about, the band, the wrestling. And
oh, yeah.
That's good to see, Coach.
Well, it is, and it's all about the community and about this school. I mean, that's what it's all about. And like I've said before, you get young people involved in stuff and you get them motivated behind it, hey, that's a whole lot less worrying you got to do about them.
Oh, good things are happening. Here are some updated scores. Starmount leading their game 14-7. Right now, Murphy leads Polk County 21-7. Robbinsville is just crushing their opponent 49-0. And again, all these games are still in the first half. So now the Maroon Devils, and this is going to be Craig kicking up again. Boy, he killed this one. Man, all the way down, and the ball is going to be rolling into the end zone.
It's got to be blown dead. It broke the plane.
It sure did.
I noticed he changed tees. He's got a different tee out there. He put the orange tee up, and he got that flat black one that's made for that style of kicking off of, and he hit that ball dead on.
He killed that kick because it was, if it hadn't been caught by the return man, that ball was going in the end zone.
It was going in the end zone.
So an outstanding kick by Owen Craig. And so the ball does go in the end zone. It's going to be a touchback at the 20-yard line now. So, and got folks listening in from North Myrtle Beach on this Friday night.
Yeah, and the rule on that is, Gary, if the ball breaks that goal plane any place down through there, it's immediately blown dead. If your foot steps back into it, so it doesn't matter if you catch it inbounds, and if you step into the end zone, they blow it dead right then.
Play over.
Yeah.
And here comes a run out of the backfield, and coming up with a tackle. And there's a new man. That's Skeet Cook over there on the tackle, and he did a good job defensively.
He centered that young man up, too. When he hit, young man makes a cutback right here. They're running out of the gun. You can see him start to his left, and they're all just zone blocking it. And then he makes a cutback this way, and Skeet just centered him up. And
fought his blocker off.
Yeah, he popped him pretty good right there.
Yeah, he was very slow getting up on that play, and there is a timeout on the field with 6:02 to play. And Joe, tell us where people are watching and listening tonight.
All right, so I've got Rick Cochran says he's watching from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Miss those Bryson City Friday nights.
And I guarantee you, his dad, Jim Cochran, is watching every Friday night. So good to hear from Rick Cochran in Pennsylvania. And, you know, that's the amazing thing, Coach, I guess, with the internet that we live with these days. It's all over the world.
Oh, yeah, it is. Man, it's crazy.
Here we go. Second down now on 11. Avery, twins on each side.
They run themselves a quick bubble screen to the outside.
Yeah.
He may have picked up the first down they got tonight.
Oak Markland over there on the catch goes out of bounds. Up there near that first down marker, going to be.
They're going to give it. All right.
I think that's the first one of the night.
I think it is.
That's the first down. Our Maroon Devils have 13. So Avery trying to get something going offensively here. 5:43 to play in the first half. And again, Robbinsville in control, 49-0. Murphy leading Polk 21-7. Starmount up 14-7. And some of the other games around involving the mountain teams. Oh, there's a loose football. It's going to be picked up. Bringing it back over there is going to be Skeet Cook, and the Maroon Devil defense has put a touchdown up.
They tried to run a zone dive play with that single back there, and it popped right out of that young man's grasp and right onto the ground. And in one hop, you can see Skeet coming off the edge out here, right there, and the ball's on the ground, pops right up in his hands, and he's gone.
And I tell you what, 5:20 still to play here in the second quarter, Coach, and the coaches have got to be pretty happy with the way this offense and defense is executing.
It is, and we're executing. We're getting after it. We're playing hard, and he's shuffling people in and out of there, trying to get them get different people in different places and to do different things, and it got through.
Well, this PAT was a line drive, kind of a hook, but it got inside the upright.
Yeah, baby, as long as it goes through there, we don't care what it looks like.
That's right. It
ain't got to be pretty to be good like that. Yeah.
That's it. That's what they say about us, Coach.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Joe, what do you got?
Okay, let's see. We have Scott Drummond says, watching from Georgia, I never miss a broadcast. Always the devil at heart.
All right. Hey, it's good to hear from those folks
and then,
again.
I've got another one here. Sorry. Travis Smith says, everyone come out and support your Swain youth football at Murphy tomorrow.
Yeah, they're in the big one tomorrow.
Oh, is that the Cracker Bowl? Or used to be the Cracker Bowl. So they're playing at Murphy tomorrow, Joe. Is that the word?
That's what the message is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's good to know. Swain youth football playing at Murphy tomorrow. And did I hear some kind of a Bessemer City score? So Bessemer City up 18-12 over South Stanley right now. The winner of this game will play the winner of that game next Friday, depending on who the highest seed is. Right now, Bessemer City, the 8th seed, Maroon Devils number 9 seed, South Stanley 25, and Avery County 24. Here comes Craig, another deep kick all the way back inside the 10-yard line. Vikings bring it back in traffic up the middle, out across the 30. Good return over there, and that's going to be Logan Brown. And one thing I've seen about Avery, Coach, they have good a return game, and talking about some of the things they've done this year, their special teams, they have blocked 3 punts, which tells you their special teams are pretty good.
They're working on. Well, you can tell they've got the athletic skill. These young men they got back there in these skill, what we refer to as skill positions.
Right.
They can make you hurt right now. They're just lacking depth and organization of what they're trying to do offensively. They're having to play a lot of different people in a lot of different places, and that really messes you up.
Quarterback runs to the right side, going to be chased out of bounds over here by Brandon Frost. And I tell you, everybody we've played this year, Coach, these 3 guys up front, Grady Lewis, Nsay Ufert, and LD Luquire, those guys are hard to handle.
They really are. I mean, they've gotten better and better at it, and it's not an easy task to block those 3 guys up there in this what I refer to as that wolf front. It's just you're doing different things with them. They're never really stationary. They're moving. They're cheating their alignments one way or the other, like they're doing right now. They're shading it this way towards the tight end side. And then,
here's a sack in the backfield. It's actually for a loss. That's Cole Weichel coming up to stop the quarterback.
Yeah, Cole read that perfectly. He came right up to the line of scrimmage, stayed squared up, let the ball come to him.
And we were talking about Big Aiden Smiley. He's only a freshman, but 6'2", 274 pounds, big number 51 out there. He's getting some playing time here early in his career.
Yeah, he's doing a good job out there, and that's any time you can start putting these young people on the field like this, under these lights, in this type of scenario, then it makes a big difference down the line.
Oh, no question. It motivates them because, hey, they're freshmen. They're going to be coming up full-time varsity next year. 3rd down and 9. Quarterback back to throw. Launches it down the left side. And there was some contact, but no penalty flag is thrown as James Arch is covering.
Yeah, he got his head around that. Made the difference. When he turned to look for that football, there was no way he was interfering. They were tangled up with their arms, and that's going to happen.
Again, some other folks coming in. Josh Collins not coming back in. It's just going to be punt time for Avery County. Coming on to punt now is going to be 36, and that's going to be Khalil Yawn. And again, here's Zeke Glaspie, and Boy, Zeke has had a big night tonight. An interception, a touchdown catch. He's a guy that you like to see with the ball in his hands. Line drive punt. And it's going to be bouncing.
Go.
Yep. And not much of a bounce down to the 34-yard line where the offense will go back to work, Coach, with 2:24 to play before halftime.
And I think what you're going to see now is Coach Holt. He's going to take this football and he's going to work on this running game and keep piling it in there. He may throw that bubble screen out here again a time or two. He may throw some of the shorter routes, but it looks like right now
Cody's coming in.
Yeah, it looks like he may be putting Cody in there as a quarterback.
Yeah, and I've got to ask you, this thought hit me just earlier in the ball game when we saw maybe a couple of new wrinkles. Sometimes in the playoffs, do coaches throw something new in to maybe put that on the head of your next opponent?
Yeah, and a lot of times, and if you notice the stuff that Coach Holt's doing right now is stuff that we've done earlier in the season. You notice you've not seen a whole lot of the T or the wishbone backfield. There's a counter trap again.
Oh, it's a foot race. James Stroman finally caught from behind, a touchdown-saving tackle by Tristan Goodwin.
Yeah, we ran that counter trap again right there, and it just popped again. I mean, watch the right side of the line. I'm not sure if it's the guard and the tackle, but you'll see the trap block. It's the tackle and the onside guard.
Man,
there's the center. And that split look, yeah.
Stroman hit it quick.
Yeah. And all he's doing is looking for that second blocker. He's making his move off that second blocker.
So James Stroman on the carry down to the 35-yard line of Avery County. The Vikings right now with 5 or 6 guys up front. And this time, boy, they make us pay with those guys up in that box, coaches. Yeah. We actually lost a yard or two on that one with Zeke Glaspie on the carry.
Yeah, they've got another player down out there, 56.
And down on the play is going to be Grayson Hoylman. And he's rolling over, and we hope he's going to be okay. And we'll take a break while they attend to him, and we'll come right back. Under a minute to play on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back as the Maroon Devils now with just under a minute to play. We have second down, 11 now at the Avery 36-yard line. Wing on the left side here with Trent Jones. Here comes the toss to Stroman. Trying to cut it outside and does down inside the 25-yard line. And again, good edge blocking there, Coach.
Yep. Yeah, all he's doing is reading those blocks off the edge of when he's got basically two places his eyes go. That's to the edge blockers. There's two of them. They'll either split those defenders or drive them both the same way. And so when that happens, you wait on that to happen, and then you make your move.
And again, Mason Cochran, one of those blockers out in front. He's the up man in the eye.
Same thing over to the other side.
Oh, boy, this time he didn't get much help this time as James is stuck for no gain. And just didn't get that edge block.
No, we had the outside of it blocked, but we didn't get the inside reach block.
And now that's the end of the first half as the Maroon Devils are in control. And let's see if we can check in with Audrey Zelenka. There she is with Coach. Okay, go ahead, guys.
Get ready, okay.
How are you?
I'm good. All right, I'm here with Coach Holt. So, Coach Holt, how did the first half go, and what do you think you need to improve for the second?
First half went well, executed at a real high level. Proud of our guys, the way we responded after last week. And second half, we just got to get a little more efficient. Got some young guys playing, looking forward to what they can do when they get their moment. And so we're just going to keep playing and keep playing sound fundamental football.
All right, thanks so much. Back to you, Gary.
Word with Maroon Devil head coach Sherman Holt as he heads down toward the locker room. And again, executing at a high level. And, Coach, that's what we saw in that first half.
Exactly. That's what he's looking for after last week's gut buster, we'll call it, because in a loss like that, then you got to regroup. I know they had some good days of practice this week, and that helped them. And then to come out here and be able to just come right back out and execute and fall back in step is the biggest thing, and get your rhythm back. Get your rhythm back and keep plugging.
And let's check in with Joe Holt with some more messages here on this Friday night, Joe.
All right, Gary. So I've got, I've got Lori Taylor watching from Lancaster, PA, and loving every minute. Thanks for making it available to us all. I've got Garage Gospel watching from Sherrill Ford, North Carolina. Love the big maroon machine. And I've got Matt Rogers, Go Big Maroon from Durham, North Carolina. And finally, I have Tina Holcomb, Go Drew Cody, and all the Maroon Devils from Fletcher, North Carolina.
Hey, I tell you, they're listening from basically Pennsylvania to Durham to Georgia to Myrtle Beach. So good to have people all over, Coach.
That's kind of fun, isn't it, to think about? Yeah, that's interesting. I like that.
And you know, so many people, and just to make a point, so many people think that maybe it's only the people in Swain County watching and listening. That's not the case. Most of our audience is outside Swain County.
Yeah, and you know, that's what this was all about to begin with. From what I understand, it's one of the reasons I decided to come on board with you guys, because I knew you very, very well, and just knew that this it'd be running as a first-class show. And the mere fact that folks away from here would be able to watch it, and especially folks in this county that are not able, or that can't get here. It's sitting in these bleachers is something that just they can't do anymore, walking up and down through here. And I mean, there's no easy way to get around that, but there is now with this.
And some of the people that come to mind, one like Jamie Fisher, who just had surgery, Jim Cochran, Bill Smiley, people like that you know, just can't get here. We're so happy that they can watch because they love Maroon Devil football.
And that's what, like I said, that's the very reason that this has been such a good idea for the school system and for the entire county and the folks that live outside.
No doubt. Right now, fans, let's go down and listen in with the Maroon Devil Marching Band here with 11:44 to play, or to go at halftime. Let's check in with the band.
And I don't like the way my jacket is like when I'm cheering with it on, so I try.
step up. Welcome back to the Maroon Devil Network. I'm here with Riley Cabe, who's part of the musical theater program. Riley, can you tell us a little bit about the musical in the spring?
We're doing Grease this year, which we're all really excited about. We wanted to do it last year, and we unfortunately didn't get the rights. But this year we were lucky enough to get the rights in time, thanks to our amazing new drama teacher, Miss Pearl. And we're all really excited to get started. We held auditions next week after school. And yeah, we're all just really ready to get the season going.
All right, thanks so much, Riley. And we'll be right back with the second half.
50 ticket, 5-3, 5-2.
Fans, welcome back. Football still bouncing around down there on the field, actually, as we're just about ready to kick it off at the 40-yard line here, Coach.
Yeah.
Getting the second half underway in the first half, as you can tell by the score. 47-0, all Maroon Devils.
Yeah, kind of getting a lot of young men out there getting some playing time and some great things happening for us. And it's like Coach Holt said, the intensity levels there, it's great to see that, see them trying to bounce back from that loss last week.
And here we go. This time, again, Craig is going to be kicking off, and boy, he boons it deep.
Down
Back
to
to
the
the
5.
5-yard line. Bringing it back is going to be Logan Wayne Brown out to the 20, 25. Breaks a tackle, cuts outside out to the 35, and finally forced on the sideline. And over there is going to be James Stroman and Skeet Cook to bring him down.
Yeah, that there again, we were talking about their special teams play. I mean, you don't get a better return than that unless it's for, a touchdown or get across your opponent, the 50-yard line into your opponent's territory. They're doing a great job of that kind of stuff.
They really are. Good return game by Avery County, again coming in 4-6 overall, 2-4 in conference play. Avery, the number 24 seed here in the West bracket. First down and 10. Vikings with the football as they run twins out to the wide side of the field, and the quarterback tosses it to the back right beside him. He cuts outside and hanging on over there on the sideline. We finally get him out of bounds, and that's going to be another new man. That's going to be another freshman, Noah Lossy, number 81.
Yeah, that was pretty much flag football right there. They pitched that ball out for it to come to the wide side of the field here, and it wasn't there, and he just stuck his foot in the ground, and he decided to go back the other way with it. And that's what normally happens when you see this type of zone blocking. You're not going to see them run a lot of traps. You're not seeing linemen pull. You're seeing them step in a direction.
Oh, there's a nice hole.
And fan you out. Yeah, all they're basically trying to do is move you to the right or left. That's all they're trying to do. Use their hands and push you one way or the other.
Again, Noah Lossy coming up, that freshman to help out on the tackle. And we got a bunch of new faces out there. We'll try to get in as we can. Cameron George, number 4 here, getting some playing time in the secondary. Also, Silas Stanberry, a sophomore, number 15 in the secondary. A couple of guys up front, though. We still got big NCHSAA up there. We got a penalty flag here on Avery County. And that's going to move it way back inside the 35-yard line.
I was looking all over the field. I didn't realize that they had that had taken place or what had happened. So,
going to spot the ball at the 34, second down now for the Vikings. Again, a lot of new faces in on defense. Malachi Cochran, number 34, another new number out there on the field. If we can get the camera on the field here with 10:10 to play. First down and 10 now. Avery back to throw, airs it out, timing pattern on the sideline, and it's going to be caught. And a good catch over here by Oak Markland, a sophomore. There was some contact back there, but no flag.
Yeah, it was a jump ball, basically, and they let him go up and fight it out. And when he came down with it, and he fought his way up and pulled it down and almost got loose from us. And the linebacker came from the line of scrimmage back here and made the tackle.
So, again, Avery County moving the ball upfield right now, looking at some of the stats here. Right now, Avery 22 plays, 55 yards total. Our Maroon Devils 28 plays, just under 400 yards offense on a big night tonight, 47 points on the board. Got that linebacker sneaking up as he comes in, and it's going to be just off the fingertips of number 1 again, Oak Markland over there on the left side.
Yeah, they're just trying to get the ball now out there in some of those athletes' hands and get them doing stuff with the ball now.
So now second down from the 40-yard line. Avery, of course, still out there, and that's a good thing. You see these kids, everybody's still playing hard. Everybody's getting after each other and still playing good football here on this Friday night.
Oh, yeah, they're still hanging right in it.
So now in the backfield, out of the shotgun, quarterback just shovels it over to the running back, and a good run out of the backfield again. And again, that's the guy we were talking about earlier. Their leading ground gainer, Logan Wayne Brown.
Made a good cut right there. Was reading his blocks real well. Made the move and broke it loose.
So now it's going to bring up third down and just a yard for Avery County at the 31-yard line. They've got to get down to the 30 with 8:21 to play here in this third quarter. And would like to remind everybody, coming up tomorrow over in Murphy, it's going to be the Cracker Bowl with the mites, the termites, and the midgets all playing.
Yeah, that's big. That's going to be big.
Yeah, 3 teams in it for the Maroon Devils for the Youth League. Out of the backfield, carrying it again, Logan Wayne Brown. And this time on the tackle, Malachi Cochran for the Maroon Devil defense.
Yeah, and NCHSAA was in there. Now there's a flag. It was a late flag came in, and I'm not real sure what that's all about. Holding, okay.
Yeah, holding on the Avery County Vikings from up in Newland, North Carolina. And you mentioned it, Coach, kind of the Christmas tree capital of the state.
Man, they grow them up there. All over those counties up in there and all that country along those ridge tops, man, they can grow them.
Oh, no doubt. Ball is going to come back out to the 42-yard line after the penalty. And, of course, a lot of folks, especially new folks, don't remember that one of the legendary coaches from Western North Carolina, Babe Howell, was at Avery County for several years.
Sure was.
That's where he finished up his
career.
career.
His career up there. We're coming with a blitz this time. Coming downhill after him. NCHSAA's got him en route there and forced him to throw it away. Yeah.
So good penetration. And talking about Babe Howell, I got to tell you this quick story. When Coach Dietz, of course, came down to Swain County, and I'd try to talk to Coach Howell sometimes before the games, he didn't want to talk much. He'd usually say, go see Coach Brooks. Talking about Lionel Brooks. Go see Coach Brooks. So, and that's the way it was for a lot of years. But then, of course, he went up to Avery County. And the last time we played up there, it was after Coach Babe Howell had had a heart attack and was recovering. And his first game back was our game. And got him on the radio, and he was the nicest guy in the world. I mean, that was Coach Babe Howell. Just very considerate, very nice, and just great to talk with him. Down the field is going to be caught. Big first down for the Vikings at the 20-yard line.
Big play from Avery right there. They caught that receiver coming across the middle, and he threw it to him and hit him right in stride with it. Best throw of the night for them, and about the deepest throw we've seen out of them all night long.
Oh, no doubt. That pass complete down there to Jude Thompson. Again, we've got some new folks in the secondary. Right now, Brian Aguilera is one of those guys back deep, number 11 back there. Also back there with him is going to be Silas Stanberry, one of the safeties. Cameron George playing over here on this side as a corner. On the other side, we got James Arch. So, some new folks. Quarterback in the shotgun, turns and hands off, dancing his way, now cuts it outside. It's going to be a foot race as he cuts it back inside. And it looks like that's big number 50 coming up on the tackle for the Maroon Devils. And that's a familiar number in Lucas Sutton.
Yeah, that's Sutton. And, he put another good shot on that young man. He's taking a pounding, number 7 is, but he keeps getting up. He keeps he's been knocked around a little bit down there tonight. Twice he's been dinged up, so.
All right, let's check in with Joe Holt with some more messages on this Friday night.
All right, Gary. So we've got, let's see. Got a few here. We've got Caleb Ball saying Maroon Machine and Let's Go Swing Band. Charles and Delight Branton, SCHS class of 1965. Maroon Devils forever. So glad to be able to watch the football games.
And we appreciate it, Joe, as Avery runs it over to the left side. And Mr. Branton, class of 65. And that tells you, hey, we got Maroon Devils who are Maroon Devils their whole life, Coach.
Oh, yeah. There's something in the water. There's something in the water.
Yes, there is. That makes – so he's going to be, not giving age away. But, hey, if you graduated from 65, you're still a Maroon Devil fan. That says a lot. Third down. Vikings on the move here inside the 15-yard line. Quarterback in trouble, gets away from pressure, and now is going to be caught on the sideline. Coming up over there with the pressure on the defense is going to be Noah Lossy, again, number 81, a freshman.
Yeah, and I've noticed something, Gary, that they're not stopping the clock even when the ball goes out of bounds. So that means that the coaches have agreed to let the clock run for the entire second half. So
as it should be.
Yeah, as it should be, unless there's a timeout or something of that nature. They'll keep, as long as that ball's in play and They're not marking it out of bounds or anything else. They're just letting the clock go.
And
so
that's
we're
good.
down to 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, to one thing, it really tries to avoid injuries.
That's the biggest thing, man. I always worried about that. You never know when
man.
and what situation you might get a kid, somebody, and you don't even realize it sometimes because they're on special teams and things of that nature. You don't replace them or you forget to, and you get them dinged up.
And there's another new name that we're going to our roster, Phoenix Hoyle, number 20, with a good tackle over there on that pursuit.
Yep.
And now it's going to bring up a first down and 10 on that fourth down. The ball goes back over to the Maroon Devils now, and it's going to probably see some new faces on offense. Andrew Cody coming back in at quarterback, number 16. Joining him in the backfield, we're going to have Skeet Cook in there. And again, some new faces. We got James Arch coming in as a receiver, Cameron George coming in. So good to see a lot of new folks out there in the playoffs. Because you never know from week to week, hey, they might be the next man up.
That's it. That's what you got to have.
First down and 10. Maroon Devils now toss sweep out of the backfield. And for the first carry tonight, first time, it's going to be Rocky Barker.
Number 39, Rocky Barker.
Yeah, he kind of cut inside of his lead blocker there. He was got a little bit antsy about it and wanted to make that cut back upfield maybe just a second too soon. If he stays in behind his fullback there, he's got a little better chance of getting on the corner.
So now Maroon Devils line him up. Again, the up man in the backfield is going to be Skeet Cook. Behind Andrew Cody, the quarterback in there right now for the Maroon Devils, running the offense under center on second down at 8. And here comes a handoff to the right side, and running hard, getting a couple of yards, is going to be Rocky Barker again. He wears number 39, and he's the tailback in the I formation.
Got him at tailback right now, and ran an off-tackle play with him then, not so much of a sweep, just handing it back there to him, letting him try to run between the tackle and the tight end where they're lined up.
Third down now. Maroon Devils need 6 minutes and a half to play in this fast-moving third quarter. This time we got a man wide left and wide right. George to the right side. Aguilera coming out here to the left side. And a little movement, no penalty flag though. And so we're going to run to this side and getting that first down or very close to it at the 29-yard line. Again, it's going to be Rocky Barker, and let's see if it's going to be enough.
Yeah, just pitching it back there to him, letting him run the sweep. He was a little more patient with his blockers that time. Took a little more time to look at it as he started getting upfield and make some cuts off of those blocks.
Silas Stanberry coming in, and Coach, this is learning baptism by fire, isn't it?
It really is, and you wouldn't believe how much it would mature a young man, get under these lights in a playoff game, and get to do some of the things that they're doing out there.
Oh, boy, he got stuck in the backfield this time.
We didn't get any kind of block on the edge out there. No kind of block.
And that's one of the few plays that we've actually lost yards. And, again, that's one of the biggest guys on the field coming in there, 74, big Dalton Terrell for Avery. Again, the roster says 6'8", 385.
Mm-hmm.
That's big.
That's big.
I mean, that's
big.
That's NFL big. You don't see many guys even in the NFL that size.
That should bring us to the end of the third quarter, Gary, right there.
Yep, that's going to be the final play of the quarter. And while we do that, it's time to bring up our next trivia question. And we've talked about running the football, and the Maroon Devils are doing a good job with that. 22 carries, 256 yards rushing tonight. All right, here's the trivia question. Essentially, who is Swain High's all-time leading rusher? How many yards? And who is Swain's top 5 if you want some extra credit? So you might get that all-time leading rusher. Well, who is 2, 3, 4, and 5? We actually mentioned some of those names earlier in the broadcast if you were listening in. So, hey, we'll have the answer coming up for you here in just a minute. Right now, we'll take a break, and we'll come back here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back as we begin the fourth quarter, and the Maroon Devils keep the football on the ground. That's our bread and butter, and again, that's going to be number 39, Rocky Barker, and good block over here by Phoenix Hole, number 20. So a lot of new skill people in.
That's
Coach.
right. Yeah, that's where you start. You don't do as much with the linemen. If you can, you do. But I mean, if you've got two or three different snappers, we got a different one in now. You alternate them in and work them in there. But the guard and tackle positions are so important about blocking assignments. So you can do a lot with those guys too.
So now Maroon Devils hand it off. Here comes Barker. Nice hole on the left side. He's going to be met in that hole after a short game and knocked backwards. Talking about our new center, that is number 64, and he's a big kid, a freshman. That is Tristan Pereira, 6 foot, 264 pounder. Looks like snapping the football, I believe, if I got his number right.
I think they changed the young man that was playing tight end earlier in the game. They may have changed his number. Well, I believe it was Trent. It may be Trent Jones. I believe that's who that is.
So
from the way he's moving around, that's who it looks like. Yeah.
So now the Maroon Devils going to be punting tonight for the first time with 10:22 to play in the ball game. Low snap, getting it away. Nice punt, end over end line drive, no return. Going to be going all the way down to the 35-yard line. Nice job by Brendan Lanning, who normally kicks off, but he hit a good punt.
Yeah, he got a good punt. He works on it in practice, and I've seen him punt some pretty good ones. That was actually not one of his better ones, but he got it downfield, and that's what counts.
That's what counts. Don't forget now, fans, we still won't have a final. We might not have a final before we leave the air, but we will play the winner of Bessemer City and South Stanley. Now, Bessemer was leading at halftime. And we'll try to get an updated score on the Bessemer City South Stanley game. Some other games, Robbinsville rolling over Thomas Jefferson. Last check, it was 49-0. Murphy right now pretty much taking care of Polk County 35-14 in that ball game. And the Maroon Devils playing defense on the tackle over there, Malachi Cochran.
Yeah, Avery's quarterback now. They just snapping it to him. He's making a play fake or looking like he's going to throw it, but he comes out of there running with it. That's the best yardage besides the passing game that they've had all night long, and you can see it right there. He really doesn't make any attempt to look for a receiver.
Cuts it back upfield, 6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4. 9 minutes to play here. Maroon Devils in control, 47-0. In case you're just tuning in. Avery County now, 3 wide receivers. The quarterback fumbled the snap, and he just jumped on the ball, and that was wise because, again, coming in after him was Noah Lossie, number 81, the freshman.
Yeah, had a lot of bodies coming downhill on them right there. They don't do a real good job with that quarterback anywhere in there behind those tackles. That zone blocking scheme is just not working out for them in there.
So now 3rd down and 11 with 8:15 to play. Don't forget now, if South Stanley wins, we'll be playing here at Swain High next Friday. If Bessemer City wins, we'll be going down there. We've been there before. Quarterback back to throw. Throws down the middle in traffic.
There's a flag.
And there's a flag as we had a little push-off back there in the secondary. And again, those are some new folks, and that's not a big surprise.
Yeah, they got new folks back there, and they're trying to make plays and got a little over-aggressive, shoved him in the back. When they're young like that, there's nothing you can do except coach them afterwards. All right, what could I have done different? What could you do different in a situation like this? There's not a it's a learning curve like anything. It's like learning to drive or ride a bicycle. What do I need to do different right here so that I don't end up interfering with it?
So now that's going to give Avery should be an automatic 1st down after the pass interference call, and the ball will be placed at the 49-yard line with 7:15 to play, and the clock starts to run again. Avery County now right there on the Big Devils logo. And again, they like to throw the football. They like to mix it up. Quarterback is going to turn and hand off to the tailback. And he runs around the right side and gets a 1st down, forcing him out of bounds. It's going to be James Arts, number 14, on that side.
Yeah, knocked him out of bounds over there. I believe he got another 1st down out of it. He just handed it to him, and that there again, that's their skill people too. They can run. They're coming out of that. Yeah, they're coming out of that backfield, and those receivers getting upfield. It's just that's what they've been dependent on. Their line of scrimmage play is something that they'll have to really look at in time, but it's their skill people they're good people.
Yeah, and Coach, and I think that's been one strong point about this Maroon Devil football team. As we see Avery County now in 1st and 10, quarterback dropping to throw, firing left side, and a crowd is going to be knocked away. No interference this time, but back to that thought. I think that's been a strong point of the Maroon Devils is the offensive and defensive line play.
Yeah, right now we got 2 flags on the field. Down here.
Holding call on the offense.
Yeah. So that's the best throw. The quarterback actually had the truest throw that quarterback that threw that one had all night long. He put it there on the money. It was just well defended.
No doubt, and good arm.
Yeah.
First down now, and it's going to move the ball back to the 49-yard line. First down and 20 now for the Vikings, with the clock running down, and a lot of folks heading out for the exits here on this Friday night, getting ready for next Friday. Quarterback back to now. He's going to run to the left side. Trying to get a block and does. Cuts it back inside. Now he's going to reverse field, and he's got a lot of field over there at the 35 and brought down at the 29-yard line. And again, another tackle over there by James Arch, who's quick.
Yeah, he's running all over the field right now, making plays. And that they pick up. Avery's able to pick up a first down on that, and clock's still running with 5 minutes left to play. There again, they're just depending on that young man to run up and down the field and get him some yards right here because, throwing it, they've had some success with it, but the best success they had just turning these athletes loose like that right there. Here we go again.
That's it. Here comes the quarterback, cuts it back inside, and he's close to another first down near the 17-yard line before being brought down there by Rocky Barker. And by the way, I want to give a shout-out to David Wolf, Cherokee class of 1988. So listening in tonight on the Maroon Devils Network. And I want to give him a shout-out. 4.5 minutes to play here as Coach, the clock is running down and getting ready for next week.
Yeah, that quarterback, he's going to feel like he's been in a track meet.
He's quick.
He's running up and down the field, and he's running all over the field right now.
That's Brooks Berry, a senior. And that's a tough thing. When you're a senior playing in your last game, it's got to be tough. There's a good move over there for their running back out of the backfield, Logan Brown again.
Good run.
Yeah. And that's something, we don't maybe see, but boy, those seniors on that Avery County sideline, it's a tough night for them.
No, it is. It is. I mean, it's the end of the season, and it's do or die time. We talk about that every year. You're one play away from the season being over, and if you've got a pretty good football team and you know it, you don't want it to be over. You want to play it all the way to the end, and make that final game the one that's downstate for all the marbles.
Brooks Berry back to throw again, has pressure again, now rolls and he drops the football, and the Maroon Devils have it. And wow, that was a tough break for the quarterback as he tried to cut. Brooks Berry just lost the handle.
He was going to try to pull that ball back out because he hadn't got to the line of scrimmage yet and throw it. He had decided that receiver had gotten open. You can watch him right here. He looks for his receiver first. All right, can't quite get it to him. He's under pressure. Here he comes out. He's got the ball tucked, and then you'll see him pull it up.
Yep.
And right as he did, it popped right out of his hand.
So a tough break for the quarterback, and now the Maroon Devils will have it with 3:11 to play, and with an opportunity, I'm guessing, to run out the clock here is coming in now. It's going to be, again, our quarterback for the last few series, Andrew Cody, coming in with Malachi Cochran and company in the backfield. So, again, good to see some kids getting playing time. Right now, our fullback in there, Phoenix Hoyle, number 20.
We got a flag here on this. We got a timeout.
Got a timeout.
Okay, good. I believe Coach Hope was either short a player or something. He just didn't realize it too.
And I'm guessing, Coach, you can shed light on this, that sometimes these younger players, especially some of these freshmen playing, they get all excited and And sometimes they just don't think.
There is no thinking taking place. Now, you can trust me on that. And anybody that's ever, walked a mile in them coaches' shoes, that especially when you turn around and look into a young man's eyes and say, "You ready to go?" And he can't even talk to you. Then there's some excitement, but he's got to get out there and get over that.
Yeah. All right, Joe. We got some messages here to pass on.
All right, so we've got, let's see, we got John Welch enjoying the game from the Florida Keys. How about giving us some time remaining a little more often?
All right.
We've got 2:47 on the clock.
Thanks a lot, John. Great family there, the Welch family. John and his brothers and mom and dad were great people. And there's some more offense running that football. Is going to be Rocky Barker, but just didn't get a whole lot of blocking.
Nope.
So now with 2.5 minutes to play, we appreciate, again, everybody making tonight's broadcast. Audrey Zelinka, Josh Gordon, Kent Maxey, Joe Holt, of course. Want to give all these people a big round of applause. Our students, always good to have them. Emma Dingle, sick tonight, not able to be here, but hopefully we'll see how things shake out for next Friday. And, again, that's yet to be determined as we'll figure that out depending on who wins and where we play. And again, there's Barker in the backfield, but again, he's having a tough row to go.
Yeah, it's going to bring up third down.
Just under 2 minutes to play here, and we are getting some new linemen in there. Aiden Smiley, 51. We've got 55. Drew Skaggs in there. Looks like a 68. Hunter Williamson. So, Coach, a lot of new faces up front.
Yeah. Drew's been in there all night long. Skaggs. He's a workhorse.
He's a regular.
He's a good young man. He likes this game. He studies it. He asks questions, and he likes to make it. He's a big young man.
Yeah, 6'5".
Yeah, and he's his feet are getting better. He's just a sophomore, if I'm correct.
Oh, by the way, the answer to the trivia question before we go off the air. We'll ask the question again. Who is Swain's High's all-time leading rusher? How many yards? And who is Swain's top 5 for extra credit? That coming up in just a minute. Here comes a toss. And, boy, James Stroman is stuck in the backfield. He had nowhere to go on that play, Coach. And by the way, here are the top 5 rushers of all time. As you might know, Rocky Dietz, number 1, 4,287 yards. Cody White as second. No relation to the guy broadcasting with me tonight. We'll give his mom credit, right?
Yeah, you give his mom credit, yes.
Cody White, 3,428 yards. Today is Linda's birthday is the reason I mentioned that. John Mitchell, 3,378 yards. Robbie Brown, such a big part of the I know we've talked about Heath Schuler and those 3 state championships, 3,109 yards. And Brett Conley, 3,056 yards, one of the quickest guys I've ever seen in high school football. Brett Conley could fly.
Yep.
And he graduated, I believe, in 1977. The Conley brothers are all tough kids. Robbie, Brett, Eric, all those guys. Chris, good family. And that's going to be the final play.
That's the final play right there, Gary. That's it's a walk-off, and it's one of those deals that you came out here and you played. And the great thing about it was the intensity level and how much our team put into it. Now it's going to, every week after this, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher.
You said it. Next week we'll play again, as we mentioned, the winner of Bessemer City South Stanley. And we were thinking we might get an updated score on that. And okay, it's the same score, I believe. Bessemer City had a slight edge at last check. It was like 18-16, something like that, Coach. So that's their game's still going on because obviously that close they're gonna play that one out.
That thing, there'll be a lot of timeouts called, and that clock will slow way down.
Now Robbinsville is going to win tonight. They'll play the winner of Allegheny and Mountain Island Charter. Other games tonight, Starmount was winning over Cherokee. They'll play the winner of, looks like Mountain Heritage and Carver. Hayesville was winning last check over Christ the King. At last check, Thomasville was winning over Andrews, and Murphy was taking care of Polk County in their ball game. So sometimes you see this, as we've seen it so many times, Coach, in the first round, you see some blowouts. but that second round gets a little tougher.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when you get to that third round, man, you better bring your A game.
Yeah, I used to always think that if we had a pretty good team, it was that second round. That second round, you get matched up with people that are, they're sleepers. They got they've had some people out hurt or something. All of a sudden, they've got them back, and man, it was always a handful. If you could clear that in that third round, then you just started preaching do or die, man. I mean, there'll be no tomorrow. We won't be practicing anymore if we don't get past this.
Yes. Okay.
All right, Gary's going to get interviewed.
So, Audrey, you've got a mic. So, how was it down there doing some of the interviews down on the track down there?
It was super exciting and also nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I've never done live interviews, so this has been super fun.
Hey, there's you got to be on your toes, don't you? You can't think too long because you're on the air live.
Absolutely.
And you can't say bad words.
No.
Okay. They taught me that quickly. Yeah.
And you did a good job with Coach Holt down on the field. So, hey, that's just like you see on ESPN or CBS on Saturdays. So you're out there with the big guys.
Yeah.
So you want to come back and do it some more?
I think so. Yeah, I like this.
Hey.
Sitting in the student section, they're very energetic.
Yeah, there was a lot of energy down there, a lot of noise, wasn't there?
Absolutely.
Well, Audrey, we appreciate you for adding to the broadcast tonight. You did a really, really nice job. So congrats to you. And, hey, we hope we're going to have some more playoff activity so you can join us again.
Thank you so much.
All right, Audrey Zaleka fans, as we're going to say, let's see, we've got an updated score here with – looks like the end of the third quarter. Right now, Bessemer City leading South Stanley 32-20. So they've still got another quarter to play, and we'll find out later tonight who's going to win that one. If Bessemer City wins, we'll go down there and do what we got to do, Coach.
Yep, yes, sir. And it's one of those things that you'd hope that you'd get it set up in some formulation where you had more home games, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we're kind of playing the hand we've been dealt, so to speak, with the seeding process. And talking to Coach Holt kind of off the air, I don't think anybody was happy with a number 9 seed. We thought we had a record that deserved better, but with the playoff process the way it is, it's out of our control.
And I really don't. I don't know if I'll ever want to understand how they do it anymore. I mean, it used to be cut and dry. I remember it would be on Saturday morning. Sometimes on Friday night, if you knew the scores, you knew who you was going to be playing and where. I mean, it was automatic. Yeah. And if not, then it was on Saturday morning once finally everything got, because it wasn't immediately transferred on computers and everything back in the day. But, it just – and we'd be exchanging tape on Saturday night or Sunday morning and have your team ready for practice on Monday.
And coaches, I know you and Coach Jenkins and Coach Dietz and some of the other assistant coaches put a lot of miles driving up and down the road because that you couldn't send that film on a JPEG.
No, you couldn't, man. And we went from 16-millimeter film that run off into the floor to VHS. We thought we had really moved into high cotton when we got VHS. And then they came out with the discs, and that became a real thing, because once you learn to operate that. But now this stuff they got nowadays, man, way it breaks it down for you and all, I just really don't know. I fool with it down here in the field house and watch film with the coaches sometimes, but yeah, that stuff blows my mind.
It's pretty amazing the way technology really has transformed some part of the games.
Yeah, and the kids can watch it on their phone.
Yeah.
I mean, they can literally pull up the games and watch them at home, watch them on the computer. It's all right there, and it's a different world.
It really is. Fans, we hope to join you next week. We'll have to wait until next week to find out if we can broadcast live. Again, if Bessemer City wins, we'll be on the road. So that's kind of in their control. If South Stanley wins, they'll be coming here to Swain County, and we'll have more say in what happens there. So needless to say, we're pulling for South Stanley, and maybe they can pull it out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we'd like to have that home game.
Yes.
We really would.
And fans, join us again. We'll be back next time. And thank you for being a part of the broadcast right here tonight on the Maroon Devils Network.
Hello, viewers. My name is Audrey Zelinka, and I'm one of your student correspondents with the Maroon Devils Network. This channel was created in 2014, and since then we've had over 430,000 views, but more than 75% of those have been non-subscribers. Right now our channel has a little over 2,400 subscribers, but we want to reach a goal of 5,000. To help us do this, you can like, subscribe, and share our videos. Thank you for watching the Maroon Devils Network.